are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Monday edition of The Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a great program set up for you this afternoon. Anybody doing news today, by the way?
Yeah, our guest.
Oh, very nice. We'll get you caught up on the news out there. Alejandro will bring that to you in JCS News.
He found out 15 minutes before you just did.
Very nice. Also, 4 o'clock hour, we'll talk sports with our buddy Brandon Kravitz. Magic say it's time to win. We'll find out what that means. 5 o'clock hour is trivia, and that means tickets to Sold Out John Mulaney and tickets to see AC/DC with the Pretty Reckless as well. We'll end it up with our buddy Ray Trinley from TK Law. Plus, we'll do You Heard It Here first. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks, and 4 opportunities for you to win $1,000. Welcome to the show. I am Jim. Straight ahead is producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
And our buddy Alejandro.
Buenas tardes.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, happy Cinco de Mayo.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On X, just at Jim Colbert Show. And all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out on YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe there. Send us a talkback if you'd like. That's where you can make a comment on something we're talking about on the show. Just get the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that microphone to send your comment to Jack. We'll get you on the air in no time. Green is your 3 o'clock keyword. That's GREEN. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Green, guys. That is your 3 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win. How's it going over there, guys? Everybody good?
Pretty good. So some good news right off rip because we had some tech issues on Thursday and Friday. Thank you, Ryan Holmes came in to kind of adapt the current system so we are video streaming again on the Jim Colbert Show YouTube channel. So we are up, and we now have Alejandro as well.
Hey, look at that handsome son of a bitch.
All
Look
right.
at him.
So
what are you doing, dude? Good to see you.
Today we have video. Tomorrow, no promises.
Okay, yes, that's perfect. Thanks, Ryan. We appreciate your help, buddy. We really do. Alejandro, how's things, man?
It's good, man. Feels good to be back. I missed you guys. It's been a few months.
It has been a few months, man. You've had quite a ride since we saw you last.
To say the least.
How's life for you, big dog? You all right?
It's good, man. It's good. Everything's good. I had a good Christmas.
Very nice. Did you guys, any celebration for Cinco today for anybody in these rooms? Like after the show tonight? Anybody stepping out to get a marg or something?
Yeah, margarita is just a regular Monday for me.
Yeah.
I don't need Cinco de Mayo to enjoy a party.
Yeah, with all due respect to the Battle of Puebla.
Yeah, exactly. I love a good margarita, buddy. Where do you find the good ones?
I like Don Julio's.
Don Julio's, yeah, that's a good one. You're right.
Don Julio's has the jalapeno margarita. San Jose's has good margarita too. They bring us to us sometimes at the show, but it's difficult at 6:30 having a margarita.
Yeah, of course. No, difficult for you. I have no problem. Anybody want to bring a margarita up here? I'll definitely show you exactly how to get rid of it. By the way, Agave Azul doesn't do a bad job.
That's true. Yeah, I like that place too.
Yeah. There's a couple places up there in Lake County that are just like little podunk Mexican restaurants, but you go in there and their margaritas are fire, and they're 2 for $1. Like, very good.
Nice.
One of my favorite cocktails of all time is a really well-made margarita. Is it mandatory that you have, what is the...
Cointreau, Grand Marnier.
Grand Marnier, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for a good one, you want top shelf. I don't like that green mix margarita thing. That's not margarita.
It should, and the brighter green, the worse.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
kind of like key lime pie, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the rule?
Yeah,
the brighter green, the worse?
It usually is. It's supposed to be this almost milky, kind of greenish, opalescent, yellowish green color, really. But, man, the one they brought from Rosen today was absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, we got fed.
God almighty, man.
Oh, by the way, you missed it, Alejandro.
Of course. Thanks for the
Because you're on
heads up.
Hispanic time.
Yeah.
Can I say that on Cinco de Mayo?
I was early today.
Yeah, you can say it for sure.
Oh, geez, we got fed today.
I was early today.
Yeah. Oh, you should go over.
He was here at 2:40. That's early.
Way early.
2:59. I mean, the man is smooth. He just walks right in, light comes on, and he sits down.
Yeah, I didn't even see him until I just sat up to do the show, and he's over there. Just kind of appears out of the floor.
Yeah. So 25 minutes ago, he's like, "Who's got news today?" I'm like, "You."
And it better be good.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, somebody just said they missed the keyword. It's green, GREEN. Again, go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. This past weekend, Alejandro, we did something I'm sure you would have been a big fan of.
Oh, he would have been great at this. We should invite him to the next one.
Let me do this real quick. Talk.
Oh, boy, here we go. So we're about to get the recap to yesterday's big event, the revival of the Jim Colbert Show Boozy Brunch, which happened yesterday at the Osprey in Winter Park, Florida.
Baldwin Park.
Baldwin Park, so Baldwin Park, part of Orlando, right?
Yeah.
So it's Orlando proper.
Yeah,
if you're
it
in
is.
Baldwin Park.
Yeah.
And I know because you probably in between Winter Park, Baldwin Park, and Orlando, you've had addresses in each one of those, right?
I have. Yeah.
Jack only invites me to come do the show. I never get invited to the parties and the fun stuff.
Alejandro, you missed it.
I know.
And we thought you were fired. Sorry.
Listen, this thing.
I was.
This thing is crazy. Shut up. Don't say that. What are you doing? We're not putting power to that at all. Look, he's revived. He's here.
He's
That's
back,
he's
baby.
all that matters, right?
Alejandro's back, baby.
I survived.
But yeah, man. So what we do is we go to a restaurant. We say, hey, build us a menu, and we're going to go out there. And we're going to do a thing called a Boozy Brunch, and we're going to do burlesque. We're going to do games. We're going to do prizes. We're going to invite people to come in, have a wonderful lunch. We're going to provide them with drinks and great food, and then we're going to entertain them for 3 hours from 11 till 2. And it's so funny because in the radio business, I believe that people believe that we are, we build our careers on exaggerations, right? Because in the media, sometimes you get that a lot, right?
Right.
Well, it's the biggest, the best, it's the greatest, right? And you get there and you have a good time, but it never kind of adds up to the biggest, the baddest, the greatest, or whatever the case may be. We fulfilled that this time, my man.
Oh,
And
wow.
all I ask you to do is go and look at your story for the Jim Colbert Show on Instagram, and you'll see the video that Sarah from Feisty Trivia put up, and it tells just a tiny bit of the story of what we did on Sunday at the Osprey.
Also, we have one on Real Radio's Instagram account at Real Radio 1041. You find it there as well, and Corsets and Cuties has some as well.
Man, oh man, what an unbelievable time.
It sounds like a party, and I was looking for something to do yesterday.
Oh my God, buddy! Listen, you wouldn't have left. I mean, it was, not to mention the food came out, and it's plates of these oysters that are absolutely beautiful. Plates of shrimp cocktails came out. Bread service came out. Then they ordered from the entree menu crab cakes and a steak frites and all these wonderful choices. Shrimp and grits, all these wonderful choices of food. And then the whole time all that's going on, naked people dancing around you and doing dances and taking clothes off and shaking ass and boobs, and it was bananas.
Nearly naked.
Yeah, nearly naked.
Almost.
Yeah,
Anyway, I said go to our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
just the old nip slipper right away from.
If I don't get an invite next time, I'm never volunteering to help you guys out again.
Well, yeah, you're the first one we should have invited, dude. I know
Yes.
you would have had a good ass time.
I forgot he worked here. We had one seat. We sold 99 out of 100 seats.
Yeah, we did.
How about that?
Literally had one seat left.
Even better, you send me an email and I have an excuse for the wife. There's only one seat. I'm sorry.
I gotta
That
tell
would
you,
have been perfect,
now,
Jack.
I hear a rumor the Latino women are a little fiery and jealous when it comes to their men. This may have not been the spot for you at that point then, because my girls were getting familiar, let's say, with some of the patrons.
No, but she wouldn't have found out until after.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather say sorry than ask for permission.
Exactly. What a great time. I mean, look, man, it couldn't have gone better. It really couldn't have. I think everybody that was at that event yesterday and people who drove over from Melbourne, thanks for that crew. All you peeps who came out from Lake County and made that drive into Baldwin Park for that event. Thank you, everybody who showed up. Because, man, I'm telling you, you guys made it that much better than what it was because the crowd was so into it. And everybody, and again, if you look at those videos that we took from the event, that is a true story of how it went for 3 hours. I mean, people were just smiling and having a blast the entire time we were there. It was great. Could not have drawn it up to be any better.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so great. It was so much fun, and it's like anticipating. You're looking forward to it, but you're also just
nervous.
You want everyone to have a good time. You want everything to be right, and everything was right.
Yeah, you want people to think they got their money's worth for sure. You want people to know they got, and that's one of the things. I walked around at the end of the event and just took a beer and just give a cheers to everybody at every table and just asked them if they had a good time and if they think they got their money's worth for the ticket price. And not one person had one complaint. Everybody said it exceeded everything they thought it was going to be.
It felt like almost like a wedding reception where you walk around, you try and talk to everybody, but you don't hit everybody.
Right, yeah.
And then the next event, we're cutting the cake or whatever it's happening. happening, right?
Yeah.
And then suddenly 3 hours have gone by and it's over. But so many prizes given out, and it was so much fun.
And I tell you, the group Corsets and Cuties, and I'll say it 1,000 times. I don't know that anybody runs something better than James runs that group of people that do those. She is so spot on, so reliable, so dependable, so professional, and everybody who works under her at Corsets is exactly the same way.
Yep.
When you hire them to do an event, you are going to get complete and total professionals. And one of the best responses we could have gotten is Teddy, who is one of their strippers, one of their burlesque dancers. I don't want to be disrespectful, but one of their burlesque dancers came up and said, "Man, I do 100 of these things, this kind of idea, but nobody does it better than you guys, because with the trivia and the games, it allowed transitions in and out of the burlesque that kept the crowd engaged in something more than just doing that." And that was the greatest compliment. It was really nice.
Absolutely. It was a nice, steady momentum throughout. And shout out to Sarah and Feisty Trivia.
Oh.
She took what she does in the bar, adapted it for our needs, and was just,
Killed it.
was great. It was so much fun.
And did you notice how much people were into the trivia thing during the song games? Like, they were really vying to win that. They wanted to win. It was too. I see that face.
Yeah.
You talking about the winners?
Oh, yes, exactly.
Yeah, we did the 2 rounds, and then we combined the scores, and we got ourselves a winner, and it was just a blast. Fayez and his team won.
Fayez,
and then they donated the gifts to the second team because they didn't think it was right, but Fayez showed up. It was great. Man, and the restaurant, that team, and Amber and her team over there, Jason and Sue Chin, run such a great spot. It was just... You just couldn't ask for it to be any better. I literally floated home on my way because it couldn't have gone any better.
And shout out to Corsets and Cuties, James, whose sponsor, Premier Couple Superstore, had a prize that we donated, and that win of that prize was one of the highlight moments. You can actually catch the reaction to that in our video on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
Yeah.
And it makes it for a great Monday too, right? You
Oh,
go
yeah.
to work talking about what a great weekend you had. No idea that I was
People are
bored at home.
texting in now and saying how much fun they had stuff. It was great. I got to tell you, bro, it's custom made for a cat like you, Alejandro.
It sounds like it,
literally
man.
custom made for a cat like
And
you.
You know what's neat? Talking to people who've been listening. There was one couple for 30 years. First time I met them. Right? But they've been listening for over 30
And the funny thing is then we had 2 or 3 people who, one guy just started listening, had to talk his wife into coming with him, and then it turns out they had a blast. And they're like asking me, "Where's the next one? Where's the next one?"
Yeah.
They want to know already where the next one is.
All right,
And we'll button it up there.
Yeah, we have to look at our calendar.
But I will let you know that this was a 3-gig deal with the guys over at Good Salt. And they have 2 other restaurants that are perfect for the Boozies. So we will be contacting each other this week after the smoke clears and setting the date for the next one. But we have a lot of stuff to weave through because there's a lot of stuff happening this year. But again, thanks to everybody for stepping out yesterday for our Boozy Brunch event. And I hope that you spread the word for these things. And the next time we drop the bomb on you guys, it just sells immediately and we can get into providing more great entertainment. We have more great ideas coming up for you next time for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. What do you have up for news there, Alejandro?
Oh, we have a busy weekend this weekend. Auto deportation is a thing now that I've been looking into.
I just heard there's money in it.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at it.
That he's been looking into.
A video game, long-awaited video game, gets another extension for the coming out date.
Okay.
And it was bad news for journalism. You guys are in journalism. It was bad news this weekend.
I love how the other radio stations think we're the journalists in the building. That's my favorite thing. All
It's
right,
kind of an honor.
All right, we'll get Alejandro's news, more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this. Stay tuned.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Multiple lanes are blocked due to an accident on I-4 westbound near State Road 536. There's a crash slowing down traffic on I-4 westbound near State Road 436 there. The off-ramp's partially blocked due to an accident from I-4 eastbound to Sand Lake Road, and the right lane's blocked on John Young Parkway northbound near State Road 408 there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup is coming to Orlando this summer for a global showdown. Experience world-class soccer as football legends collide at Camping World at Ender & Co Stadium. Don't just watch history, be part of it. Get your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets. That's FIFA.com/tickets.
Man, let me tell you right now, if you don't have plans for Mother's Day yet, the Rosen Hotel dropped by today with some of their Mother's Day brunch that's coming up this Sunday. And let me tell you right now, people, go out and get your tickets. If you really want to set mom up like the highest possible level, you got to get over there and get some of this food from Chef Tony Navoa. They brought tomahawk steaks in today. They brought Moroccan chicken with chickpeas in today. They brought little key lime pies, little tiramisus, little limoncellos, salmon with the most delicious corn salsa you've ever had in your life. Make plans, May 11th. It's the Mother's Day buffet, 60-plus dishes, and that includes gluten-free, sugar-free, and all the allergy issues. They can take care of all that. They even have champagne and mimosas for their guests 21 and up. Make your plans today. I had this menu today. It is bananas good. rosencenter.com/Mother's Day. That's rosencenter.com/Mother's Day. Go get them.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Joe Rossi from Greenway Kia here. Tariffs are hitting the auto industry hard, but we're ready. We loaded up on brand new Kias across all 3 locations. Right now, they're in stock and tariff-free, with interest rates as low as 0% for 72 months. Plus, take $3,000 off any new 2025 Kia Sportage. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Stock number SG292557. MSRP $30,840. Qualified applicants to the KFA. 0 down. $13.88 per thousand borrowed for 72 months at 0% APR financing. Plus tax, title, license. $8.99 dealer. $249.50 doc fee. Expires 5/5/25.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the importance of securing your legacy. Whether you're looking for a will or trust, they can help. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Visit onefirmforlife.com for your free consultation. Protect what matters most. TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hello, I need a new electrical outlet.
We are learning about pickleball today.
Okay.
Isn't that a funny name?
What about my electrical?
Pickleball.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, it's like miniature tennis.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical work in your home, you need a trustworthy electrician who can clearly explain how to solve any dilemma. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
To everyone who believes big flavor makes life better, we've got something special waiting for you at Culver's.
That's right. We're bringing back a flavor-packed fan favorite that's sure to put a smile on your face. The Colby Jack Pub Burger is here with a crave-worthy combo of fresh beef, Wisconsin Colby Jack cheese, crispy onions, and zesty A1 pepper mayo, all stacked on an everything bun. And we're not stopping there. We're also introducing something totally new. Concrete mixers and lemon ice coolers made with fruity Skittles Popped. This limited time Skittles Popped mix-in can be blended into our creamy, fresh frozen custard or slow frozen lemonade for a colorful crunch that makes every moment a little sweeter. So how soon can you get here? Because these bold bites won't be around forever. And trust us, you don't want to miss them.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
What it is, Colbert Crew?
What up, dude?
You know who? Your favorite tea back in Rockledge. Fixing to get some more margaritas.
Come on, dude.
Anyways, today we raise a beer, but of course, to Cinco de Mayo. You know, a sink full of mayo. Have a good show, y'all.
Thanks, buddy.
Peace.
Appreciate it. Green. That is your 3 o'clock keyword, GREEN. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Jack.
Yo.
Alejandro with us today, man. What a great return. Good to see your face, big dog.
Good to be back, man. Thank you for inviting me again.
Oh, man. Always love having you in. The ladies love you. You want to see the most handsome young man.
Yeah, if we're going to bring the YouTube stream back, you know, we're going to put something extra special on it.
He gave your ass the good camera, too. Look how nice you look in that camera, dude. God damn.
Thank you. It's a camera. It's a filter. It's a Cuban filter.
It makes you 15 years younger than anybody in the room. How old are you? Are you my age?
You don't have to answer that.
Your age?
You don't have.
What kind of question is
you
that?
Shut your mouth. Wait a second. I look.
You've been on the radio longer than I've been born.
Older than I am.
Wait.
No, that's not
time
true.
out. I got a question. Whose age do you think you are closer to, me or Jimmy?
Well, you know how old Jack is, right?
No.
You don't.
Right. So who would?
So guess how old you think I am, and then you guess how old you think Jack is.
Don't put me on the spot.
No,
I'm gonna miss
on
my
the
invitation
spot.
to the next
And
event.
You're on the spot, buddy.
And let me just head you. Watch your damn mouth.
You see, that's what I'm
Watch your
afraid
damn
of.
mouth.
I heard you started playing golf on the woods for real wood.
You were right, I did.
There you go.
my first driver was persimmon, sir.
But no, I'd say you're like 52.
No, get out of here.
That was
Okay.
sweet. And how old am I?
50.
I think he's right. I think he's good.
Yeah, we're gonna go
He
with
gets
that.
to stay.
You're like ladies. I went way low.
You want the shock of your lifetime, buddy?
Yeah, that's a bartender trick. I used to do the same thing.
Here's the shock of a lifetime for you. Ready? Jack is 8 months older than I am.
Really?
Yeah.
But it must be the Just for Men on the hair or something, right?
Must be it.
Also, the 5 years that I drink a bottle of Jägermeister every Monday night.
I'm sure that makes
During
you,
a gig.
I'm sure that makes you look this great.
It has an effect. Yeah, for sure. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. Alejandro has your news today. Deb will be back with us tomorrow, taking the day off. It's her fiance's birthday, so let's get it, dude. What do you got for us?
It's time for JCS News.
Wow, does this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, so let's start with the negative news first because I would like to get them out of the way. Did you guys hear that 3 students were hurt at a shootout this weekend after a prom right here in Davenport?
Yeah.
3 17 and 18-year-olds were the kids, and they were in a parking lot somewhere in a Wawa because they got kicked out of an after party after the prom.
Right.
I guess they had rented a home to do an after party, got kicked out, went to a Wawa parking lot, and they're okay. It was just like a braced forehead and a braced shoulder. No one died of it. But, yeah, 3 high school students from Osceola High School.
Very lucky to be alive.
Yes.
Fortunately, they have crappy aim.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, they were inside a car. Like, I don't think the bullets were even meant for them.
Oh, really?
Yes, they were inside a car, and the shootout happened, and these kids were inside a car.
So, man, I got to tell you, you got to stay away from gas stations. Is this like the 3rd shootout at a gas station this year, man?
It was 3:30 in the morning, though.
Dude, somebody told me that women, as a rule, are avoiding gas stations because they're so afraid to get out and pump gas and be kind of locked in there.
Jim Colbert on buying EV. Stay away from gas stations.
Yeah, that's a great commercial.
They're not safe.
They're not safe.
But,
that is a great commercial. You know what? There's never a shootout at a Tesla charging spot.
You're right, exactly.
So the 3 kids were going to the prom. Do they have the shooter? Do they know? Was the shooter a prom person as well, or is it a random?
And they were not going to the prom. This is at 3:30 in the morning after
this
the
is
prom.
After. It's just that's why they were out.
They were just hanging out in the parking lot of Wawa because they got thrown out of this house, and they just happened to get caught up in a shooting of some sort, like a drive-by or whatever, right?
Exactly. It was a bunch of kids there, so that no one knows if the shooter was a prom goer or had nothing to do or how old they were.
Incredible.
So that's the bad news. We got out of the way.
I wanted to be prom king.
So, gamers, I know you guys have a lot of gamers.
Yeah. Jimmy and I. Jimmy's a gamer now.
I know you're not a gamer, but your listeners are, because I talked to a lot of them. Grand Theft Auto, the new Grand Theft Auto game was supposed to come out last year. It was supposed to come out this Christmas.
Oh, no.
2026.
Oh.
Why? Why'd they push it back?
They're not saying why.
Because it's so good. It's so big. It's so in-depth.
Right.
To get it right.
Rockstar is saying until they don't have a great product, they're not going to release it, and it keeps getting more and more complicated. What I heard through the grapevine, because I have a lot of gamer friends, they're trying to have their own money. Their own crypto money.
I see what you're saying.
Coins, so you could buy weapons and things in the game.
We just talked to chief, like a safety officer for Roblox. And they have the same thing. They have a thing called Robux.
Yeah,
right.
And I know that RuneScape also has that as well, where you can you basically have your own kind of money within the game. But you're talking about like a meme coin based on Grand Theft Auto or something?
Yes, something like that, like a meme coin, like a crypto coin that people could buy and just use it for the game.
Have value in the game, because that's how it lives. Grand Theft Auto 5 still lives on air, and this has been out years. One of my all-time favorite games to play. So much fun, but it's so robust. This is going to be bigger, should be bigger than 5. 6 is. I'm not surprised there's a delay. Very disappointed about it.
They just have to come up with new ways to kill hookers and cops.
Yeah,
it's been over 10 years, and it's based out of Florida.
Yeah, this one,
they have Florida men running around fighting gators, and it's going to be all kinds
Have you saw the teaser video? Teaser video came out like 6 months ago or so.
It's bananas. We saw it.
It's crazy. And it also encompasses South Florida right up to Central Florida.
Yeah,
and I believe there may be a theme park in that north part of the map, which would be us.
That's funny.
That would be Lake Buena Vista area.
And it's so funny. It seems like it would be out of bounds until you see a story just, 2 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, where a guy on the interstate, a barefoot dude from Florida, subdues like an 8-foot gator just on the side of the road. Like he was just doing it for fun.
They have things like that. They have girls dancing on top of cop cars in South Miami, in South Beach for spring break. Like, it's very realistic, but they keep pushing it back. I think they're just building, that demand.
Yeah, they probably are.
That's what I think it is.
Speaking of in-game currency, I got home from a Friday night from work. My daughter was there, who I know used to play Roblox, and I'm like, hey, we interviewed the chief safety officer today. Without missing a beat, she goes, can you get me Robux?
That's all she wanted?
I'm like, probably not.
How about not raped?
Yeah.
And bad weekend for journalism, for you journalist type. Deb is not here, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's as close as we come.
Yeah.
Well, this is as close as I come because I watched the Kentucky Derby on Saturday. Journalism was the favorite. Did not win.
That's not surprising. That's
what the best
sign of the times.
But I'm sad about who won because I cannot pronounce the word. Sovereignty. Did I say that right?
Yes,
sovereignty.
Yeah, you know.
Oh,
Sovereignty.
hey, bravo.
I mean, that's why I got here 10 minutes early to practice that word. So Sovereignty won the Kentucky Derby, the 151st Kentucky Derby.
It's that thing that other countries have now that we ignore.
Well, sovereignty. I see what you did there. Journalism could have been there too.
Yeah. The funny thing is I'd heard that like most of the field, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard most of the field that was running in the Derby were all descendants of Secretariat in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
A few of them, yeah.
That's crazy.
Toby Keith, the late Toby Keith, had a horse in that race too.
Did he really?
It was 17th place or something like that. But
and is it true that the horse that won was just bought by some crypto guy? Like he just, some crypto millionaire bought a horse because he thought it'd be fun, and it winds up winning the Kentucky Derby. Do you know if that's true or not?
I haven't heard that story.
Okay,
what I did hear is that this owner had won previously the Kentucky Derby, but it was based on a disqualification. So
it must have been that same guy then.
Yeah. So it was, this time it won by an entire horse.
Yeah, it was a sloppy race too, right?
Muddy. It rained all day. It was very muddy. But I watched it. It was good. I had money on it. It wasn't that horse, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, you know what? And we kind of joked, saying, I asked last week, hey, can you bet on the Hard Rock app? And everyone's like, of course you can. You couldn't.
No.
For the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, I brought it up. And
they have like a proprietary thing
they
or whatever?
probably do.
They have their own app.
Yeah.
The Kentucky Derby have their own betting app
Yeah,
where
I'm
you
sure.
could bet trifectas and everything like if you're over there.
Right. Why share that money if you don't have to?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's one of the things Hard Rock doesn't have.
Wow.
Because I bet on ping pong and I bet on everything.
So you
on Hard
have
Rock.
the app now?
The
Hard Rock app, you have that?
Yeah, I've had it.
Oh, have you?
I've had it for a while.
Is online gaming a big deal? Like, is online gambling a big deal in the Latino community?
Yeah, you have to speak for all Latinos today.
Yeah. I don't know.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Just the people you know.
Yes, the people I know.
They like to
yes.
gamble on it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
My son and I gamble on everything.
I'm teetering on it, buddy. I'm so afraid to put it on my phone.
Don't.
I'm just absolutely afraid of doing it.
There's more to it than just win or lose.
Right.
And just a spread. I bet it. I'm pretty good with the pitchers. You could bet on how many strikeouts his starting pitcher is going to have.
Oh, really?
How many hits? You could bet on any, like the first pitch of the game, is it going to be a strike or is it going to be, you could put money on anything.
Time out. You go to a game.
You shouldn't smile that much when you say that.
I did it. I was at the Magic game, and you can bet who will the next shot be a 3-pointer and something. You can bet in game on things happening right in front of you.
Can you imagine how much money they're making with that thing?
It's crazy.
I mean, it is.
Enough to build a stadium for a baseball team right next to their casino in Tampa.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta say.
Yeah, with cash and left over, I bet.
Yeah, I call 1-800 admitted and I admitted it.
I admit it, you got me.
Yeah, I admitted it, hung up. And okay, now to one of my favorite news. This is going to help me with my gambling problem. They're paying people up to $1,000 now to auto deport.
That's right. You can leave yourself, and they'll send you a $1,000 check.
Here's a bet, Jim. You want to bet? Bet me. Do you think Alejandro will be here by the end of the show today?
Oh yeah, he's going to be here. Yeah, for
sure. No, but the thing is, nothing in the rules says you can't come back. So I took a little break back in November. I made my $1,000, spent the 60 days out, and then I came back in the same boat I came the first time. So
I love that. That's so bad. It's so terrible.
But I mean, it's true. How many people you think are just going to go and say, "Well, you were going to send me back anyways. Might as well get my $1,000."
I don't know, man. I think most people are going to roll the dice and hope that ICE finds them.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to roll up there and going to go, you know what, I volunteer. I think they're going to make them work for it.
I think some people might jump on that.
Well, I mean, if they think that they're susceptible to getting found or whatever, maybe so. But I mean, if you've successfully lived in this country for 13, 14, 15 years, I mean, you could probably say that you may think you have a way of kind of avoiding that.
Yeah, and would you trust it? Like, where are they going to mail this money to?
Yeah, right.
You're somewhere in Mexico,
and you're not leaning on them to send you where they want you to go, right? You're going back to your country of origin.
If you're self-deporting, you're leaving. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you're going back to your country of origin, or does it really matter? It doesn't matter. You're just leaving. That's all they care about.
It's a country that has to accept you.
Yeah, you're right.
No.
But apparently they're making deals with a bunch of those now.
But I believe you only get paid in Trump Bitcoin.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost you the $1,000 to buy that plane ticket to Rwanda.
No, they say the plane is free plus $1,000.
Wow, look at that.
Not first class, though.
Okay.
You go coach.
Okay.
Let's take it easy.
Yeah.
And this is another...
Be reasonable, would you?
Another piece of news to motivate you to auto deport. Trump says he will reopen Alcatraz.
Yeah,
we're
gonna talk about that a little bit later.
In case you don't leave,
yeah.
that's where you go.
That's another motivation to say, okay, $1,000 or The Rock.
I think that's it obviously isn't going to happen, by the way. I don't know if you know that. It's not going to happen. If you've ever been to Alcatraz, I have. I've been there.
Have you? I've only watched the movie 1,000 times.
You're not. It's not going to open. It's small, for one thing. It's way smaller than you think. And even though they say that they're going to expand it, you got to remember, there's no fresh water there. Like, they flush the water with seawater, and they have to import everything. It has no natural resources. It is a giant rock. Like, there's nothing there. It's hard to get on and off there. It's hard to man it. all the water, all the food, everything has to be brought in. It would be unbelievably expensive. What he's looking at is a prison in the middle of the water, and he thinks it's cool.
Yeah.
And that's where Al Capone was, and he thinks it's cool. But in reality, it's completely dilapidated. It is not. There's no way it'd be up for code. Can I tell you, it's barely safe to run tourists through there.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood was the only man to escape from it.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
No,
Love
Sean
that movie.
Connery.
No.
Oh, I never saw The Rock.
Oh, yeah, I never saw The Rock.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But what's funny is the two people I've heard today said there's no way this can happen are the only two people I know who've been there, and that's you and Sean Watson.
Yeah.
That have done tours.
Yeah, they're not going to ever do that. I mean, it's so antiquated. You got to remember, it's been closed for 60 years.
Yeah.
It's so antiquated. It basically is a crumbling shell of a building that still gets a lot of attention because as a tourist attraction, it's a pretty big deal. But it's not isolated. I mean, it really isn't. You're right there in that middle of the bay. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge. You can hear people having parties in San Francisco. You can hear the mainland from there. So it's not really that isolated. It's really not that penal, other than the fact that it's on a giant rock and it's had a movie made of it, which is, I think, probably the thing that appeals to him the most.
Yeah, that's the same thing appeals to tourists, right? But if you say no resources, what are they going to do? Just keep bringing water and food and everything they need. It wouldn't be smart money-wise.
And it only held like 300 people.
Yeah, it only holds. And even if you put the worst of the worst on there, you would still have to have a building 5 times that size because I don't know if you know this, we've got some pretty bad cats locked up in this country. But all the ADX, I think it's called ADX Supermaxes, there's plenty of those around here. The worst one, or the most secure ones in Colorado, but they have a couple pretty big ones here. Cross City has a very secure prison. There's a bunch of them up in the Panhandle. Matter of fact, I believe it's most of their economy up in the Panhandle is prisons.
Yeah, no. Plus, they're trying to imitate Salvador now.
Right, exactly.
That's what they're going to build.
Well,
Alcatraz has nothing to do with.
Right, yeah.
It doesn't compare at all.
It doesn't, but I believe they're playing off that same thing. It's like prison porn.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, look at this prison. All the bad guys, all in their white shirts with their hands on their head. Look, all the bad guys can go to one place.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're leading into it.
They would literally have to pull the entire honestly, to be honest with you, they'd probably have to demolish it and rebuild it because I don't think it's inhabitable right now. It is a shell.
Yeah.
It's just a shell. And you just shuffle through it on the tour, and that's it. You don't really touch anything, talk to anything, do anything. You pull up there on the ferry. They let you off. You go into the building. You do a self-guided tour with headphones, and you walk through it. There's no bathrooms there. All the bathroom stuff's been torn out. The pipes are 60, 70 years old. I mean, it would cost hundreds of millions of dollars to get that thing ready to go again, or at least $100 million.
Yeah, and for what?
For what? For 330 people?
Exactly, yeah. I don't think it will make any sense. We keep going? More news?
Yeah, no, one more story.
I got this one. This is good news. Let's end up on a high note. Disney World has a new summer ticket deal for Florida residents trying to beat Epic World.
They're doing anything they can to say, hey, look at us. We're over here. We're still here.
Who's doing this?
Well,
Disney World.
Disney.
So tomorrow they go and sell the summer magic ticket. It averages out to $60 a day for Florida residents.
Damn.
That is a good deal.
That is an incredible deal.
But guess what? That will work.
It's double that, right? Usually for a one-day pass?
Yes.
Yeah,
Right
$120
now,
bucks?
This is only for the summer, though. Summer magic ticket from May 18th to September 27th. And you have to buy the base 4-day ticket.
Right, yeah.
So it's $240, but still it averages to $60 a day.
Sure, yeah.
And it's a good deal, I think, for the summer.
It is.
Parents are going to use it, and like you said, they're trying to compete.
Yeah. It is. You know, it's funny though, man. I remember back in the day when Universal had only been open a few years or whatever, and Disney. I think they had all three of their parks. Maybe not Animal Kingdom, but it was pretty common for Floridians to be able to wait until the summer because the theme parks. You know, obviously the summer is the hardest time for the theme parks. You know, for us locally because it's so damn hot. You know, we don't really go out there. But I remember easily those days where if you were a Florida resident, I remember being able to get into Universal for like $35. Like they would have these Florida summer resident things, and it was common across all the theme parks. They don't do that anymore.
No. I mean, this is a
like
great
no
deal.
incentive anymore for Floridians to do that. They should have something like that for us.
This is a great deal, but still, for a family of four, it's $1,000.
Yeah, it's so bananas.
You
But
know,
for 4
you know how
days,
much I could gamble in Hard Rock Labs with $1,000. There you have it.
Bravo.
Thank you,
dude.
buddy. Good job. I appreciate that very much.
thank
All right,
you, guys.
407 916 1041. By the way, green is your 3 o'clock keyword.
He could turn that $1,000 into $5 and then get Disney passes on a regular, without needing the sale.
Or with my luck into $5.
Yeah.
I thought that's what he meant, actually. That's
That could happen, too.
But do you have to take those 4 days concurrently? And do they have to be in a row? Or if you buy the 4 days, can you go individually throughout the summer?
Yeah, it's a park hopper option. I don't think you have to go back to back.
Okay, good. That's a good deal, though.
Yeah.
I mean, for $250 for 4 parks, that means you get Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and
the other one, the movie
MGM.
studio.
Yeah, whatever they call it now. Just Disney Studios, or is it MGM, or what
I
is
still
it?
call it MGM, but it's not called that.
Yeah, I don't
Hollywood
think so.
Studios.
Yeah. Hollywood Studios, that's it.
Yeah, it's the Star Wars place.
Yeah. Okay, exactly right. All right, we'll take a little break. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay put.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1, smell the 90s. Classic alternative, this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting the return of showers and thunderstorms. The first half of our day will be on the dry, warm, and windy side. We'll see those rain and storm chances, though, pick up, especially over the course of the early to mid-afternoon hours. So say by about 3 and 4 o'clock, a lot of these will begin to develop. And as that sea breeze kicks in, we'll only see those chances increase as the afternoon and evening wears on. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by True Green. Summer is better with True Green. Get the best lawn at the best price. For a limited time, get 75% off your first treatment. Don't wait. Sign up at truegreen.com today and let the pros handle the work while you enjoy the results. Restrictions apply.
Look, man, you upgrade your phone, you upgrade your car. Why are you still stuck with outdated vision? Glasses and contacts, that, my friends, is old tech. At the Filatowski Eye Institute, they bring you the ultimate upgraded clear vision, and they do it every single day, and they've been doing it for years here in Central Florida. Ditch the hassle, level up your life, and schedule a free consultation today with the Filatowski Eye Institute. All you have to do is dial pound 250 and say better vision. That's it. Pound 250, keyword better vision.
When disaster strikes your home or business, you need more than a quick fix. You need a team you can count on. You need Paul Davis Restoration. From storm and water damage to fire, smoke, or mold, Paul Davis is ready 24/7 with the experience and care to get life back on track. They dry, clean, repair, and restore. Fast, professional, and reliable every step of the way. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of Central Florida at 407-629-6700. When things go wrong, we do what's right.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
She's back. Khloe Kardashian returns to On Purpose with Jay Shetty, and she's getting real about healing and self-love. Plus, Caroline Leavitt shares what it's like being the youngest White House press secretary in history on Post Run High. And Rob Lowe spills some of the funniest stories you'll hear with Chelsea Handler on the Dear Chelsea podcast.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you. By comparing and finding the best rates, you could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get your second month free for a limited time. You'll get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month. Here's Veronica and Jackie, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
And now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free when they use promo code SECONDFREE. Just call, click, or bring us your bill and see how much you can save. Because when it comes to big, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and use code SECONDFREE to get a free second month. Real people pay to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine, and our team is a triple threat to big insurance companies. Don't settle with the insurance companies for a fraction of what your case is worth. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Get your free case review right now. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
New Year's resolution is to sell your home? Get a guaranteed cash offer today at thenickley.com.
Miss part of the show? The Jim Colbert Show on demand. Available on the free iHeartRadio app.
Guys, I got to participate in the 71st annual Mug Run. What it is it's a sailing competition from Palatka, Florida to Jacksonville. 9.5 hours up the St. John's. And I had to spend a night in Palatka. Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
You couldn't have run out of that town quicker. Now, don't get me wrong, the food was good, but good Lord, they didn't even have a Starbucks.
They don't have a Starbucks, you're right. That's the tell, by the way. When they have every other fast food joint, but they do not have a Starbucks, it's a giant tell.
Do they have a Dunkin'?
They do have a Dunkin'. As a matter of fact, the Dunkin's been there forever.
Seems about right.
Yeah. Dunkin's been there since I was in high school, so since the mid-'80s.
Here's a question on to what size metropolis Palatka is. Is it now a Dunkin'? Or is it still a Dunkin' Donuts?
You know, I do not know the answer to that, but I have to tell you, it was one of the. It's always very busy. I think it's one of the only, and there's only one location in town, so right. I believe it.
Oh, that had to be one of the hot spots.
Yeah. It was up there. You know, there's a couple little coffee shops in town now that do a really good job, but that I think they're the only national chain coffee shop there in my small town there. And I heard somebody talking about little towns. I guess there's 10,000 people. It's not really considered that small now.
All right. Congratulations.
Like, it's going to be 3,000 or fewer to be considered a small town anymore.
Yeah. It's a metropolis.
Yeah. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack is here, and so is Alejandro, sitting in for Deb. He'll be back tomorrow with us.
Hello.
I got a question for you guys.
What do you got?
This is kind of not a health thing, but I did something stupid. As soon as I left Boozy, Code Black was having a little get-together for his wife, Kelly, that's birthday party. So
let me check my text message.
Yeah, no, you didn't get one. Yeah, I made sure of that. Don't worry about it. So right after we got done, I literally went home, grabbed the dog, because the dog's brother is Kelly's dog, right? So they get a play date.
Your dog and Kelly's dog are related.
They're brother and sister. Matter of fact, if you remember, we got the two dogs, and then we gifted
one to
the
Code Blacks.
That's right, because we just couldn't do the two of them, so we did that. And occasionally, we'll get them together and let them do a play date. They used to play a lot. They don't play anymore. They don't even act like they know each other anymore.
Politics.
Oh yeah, just politics. Is that what it is? She's
it's
divided us all. She's a stinky liberal.
It's split up families left and right. How do you know your dog isn't a liberal?
He's a stinky liberal. Oh, crazy. But went over there, and so they had some food laid out. And have you guys ever done this? I grabbed a chicken wing. And it was a Publix chicken wing, but it was one of the deep fried ones with like batter. So it had some, like a KFC, like had extra crispy crunch on it, right?
Right.
And what I thought was the crispy batter part wasn't. It was the bone.
Ooh.
So I bit into the chicken like I was biting into a chicken wing like that.
Oh.
And one tooth right here caught the bone and it loosened it.
Oh.
So now, and it hurt like a bitch, by the way, and now I could grab that tooth with my hand and kind of barely move it a little bit. So my question is this, like, will that reseat? Like, will that firm back up? I know the soreness will go away. It's a little bit sore. It's actually less sore today than it was even yesterday. So even overnight, it's gotten better. But should I go to the dentist for that? Like, everything I read online said I should. But in reality, like, I already know that the pain is kind of subsiding. And I kind of feel it already solidifying again, and I don't want to go to the dentist. I don't want to go spend money on it because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to hand this guy $250. He's going to go, you'll be fine in 3 days.
Yeah,
and then I'm going to be raging pissed.
I could tell you what it is. I'm not a dentist.
What is it?
They say after a certain age, we go back to our youth. You know, when you're little, your teeth start moving.
You better watch your damn mouth, dude. But
next thing you know, it depends.
But next thing you know, your kids are changing you.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Are you supposed to just let it be? Because
which tooth is it?
It's on right here, man.
In the front lower.
Okay.
Right
One
of the front ones.
Oh, yeah,
buddy.
And it's a gnarly nightmare. So I got to put everything in my back teeth and chew it there.
Understood.
Even a little pressure, it's not terrible. Not unmanageable, not like if you drink cold water with a cavity kind of thing, but still an achy kind of pain there. So I think I'm just going to ride it out and see what happens. Maybe give it to the end of the week and see what happens.
It's like being punched in the mouth real hard.
All right, I think so. I think that's exactly what it's like, Alejandro.
It'll heal.
So here's the deal. Same thing happened to me with a front tooth. It's not directly the one offsetter. It's the one next to it, one of the front four. On the bottom, biting into a granola bar in the studio here about 20 years ago.
Oh, man.
And I felt something like crunch. And I'm like, oh, that
ain't good.
That's not good. And it was actually a fracture in the tooth.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
They had to extract it, and I have a bridge. Now, the good news is they said every dentist I've gone to since says the dentist who did an excellent job.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's solid in there. It's not one of those things you can take out, right?
Mine is correct. It's solid. You have a bridge, which means you have to floss underneath, which is a pain in the ass.
Oh, it is a pain in the ass.
I do that once every 6 months, the night before my cleaning.
That's the other thing.
And then I lie and say I do it all the time.
Well, this morning when I flossed, it didn't hurt, and brushing my teeth didn't hurt either.
Ooh.
So I think it's just kind of loosened up a little bit. I think what Alejandro said is right. You get in a fight, you get popped a little bit in the mouth, you'll get a little bit of a loose tooth. I think if you just kind of chill out on it a little bit, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to be like Jack saying and being broken under the gum. And then, have you ever had a tooth abscess before? You will never have more fun in your life.
You want the good news or the bad news?
I had one of my molars, one of the back ones, when I was young and poor. I went to this garage dentist in Miami, true story. He messed it up even more. Like, he broke the tooth and left the root in, and then I had to have it professionally drilled out.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Man,
that's a nightmare. Dude, I almost passed out in the waiting room. The guy asked me, he goes, what's the pain like? I go, well, you're about to see it because I'm about to hit this floor and start puking everywhere. What are you saying, Jack?
Tell Jimmy he cracked his tooth, go to the dentist. Another texter, definitely go to the dentist. It will not seat back. A couple people say you should call Clausman Law. Mikey texts in, it's like a toenail. You're going to lose the tooth. So that's not in your favor of your desire to not go to the dentist.
So we'll see what happens. I am going to wait a couple days. If the soreness subsides, and it's already doing that, and it feels like the tooth is already more solid than it was yesterday, I think it'll be fine. I just don't want that fracture you're talking about, and I did bite into it pretty hard. I was pretty hungry.
Babs texts in. She says, definitely get with Glenn Klausman. You could go after his homeowner's insurance.
Oh, and I will. I will not even think twice about suing Code Black and his insurance.
Another person says you could lose it in your sleep and choke on it.
No, I wear a mouthpiece. It's not going anywhere. I have a dental guard.
You still wear that?
Yeah, snore guard. Are you kidding? It's the best thing ever.
I know it is, but
I mean, tell you, all these people who wear CPAPs, I have no idea why you do that.
That's a game changer. Yes.
Yeah. That did what? The CPAP?
No. It's the mouth guard because we have the same one from the same guy. But
there's no look. I don't know about wearing a CPAP. I've never worn one. I guess they're fine. Everybody I hear that wears one hates wearing it, but they do love the sleep they get. Yeah. I'm telling you, the mouth guard may be one of the best things I've ever spent money on. I'm not kidding. It may be the single best thing I've ever spent money on.
And it's not connected to anything?
Not
You just
connected
put
to
it in your
anything.
mouth?
It's a guard. So what happens is this. When you put the top part up and the bottom part in, it's got a break on the back of it, a piece of plastic that comes down that doesn't allow your jaw to fall back into your throat. It keeps your jaw up tight up against where your teeth bite straight down.
Forces you to lower jaw a little forward, increasing the opening in your esophagus so you can breathe and it's not closing.
The level of sleep is different. I didn't wear it for a couple of nights, and then I wore it last night when I was sleeping because of this tooth. It is not even the same world of sleep. It's just simply not. I don't even think I turned over one last night because you're not waking yourself up sleeping that you do 15 times a night.
You were partying all day, too.
That's true.
I had one beer the entire day.
You were more unconscious than you were sleeping. Okay, some text in your favor. This one says, don't go to the dentist, right?
That was me.
Get a pap smear.
I'm a P word now. Okay.
Yeah. If you don't mess with it, eat soft foods for a few days. They are a past dental assistant for 14 years.
Yep.
They say you don't have to go. And someone else says the Dunkin' in Palatka is just a Dunkin', but they say Palatka East coffee is better.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
So they may have one of these Platinum. Yeah, the bad thing about this tooth is I have a hard time not messing with it with my other teeth. It's just like if you have a hangnail, you're like, oh, that hurts, but I can't stop effing with it because it's a hangnail and I want to play with it until it falls off.
That's why I pick, because it's there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. All right, 407-916-1041. Got another fresh keyword for you coming up right now.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a serious accident affecting all lanes on John Young Parkway at State Road 408. Traffic slowing down on I-4 eastbound due to an accident off to the shoulder on St. John's River Bridge there. Look out for a crash on I-4 westbound near State Road 536. And there's an accident reported on Hiawassee Road where it meets Conroy Windermere Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Look, man, if you need a new roof, and you may, as hurricane season approaches, you want to make sure you get the right company with the right set of values. That is Eustace Roofing. Here's how I can prove that. They've been in business since 1959. Think about that. 65 years in the roofing business in Florida. You got to be doing something right. These guys do it all right. No interest financing is available. They serve the entire Central Florida area, and they are metal roofing experts, which means this. They have the equipment to manufacture your roof on site so it fits perfectly to your home every time. And they may be able to satisfy your insurance carrier by cleaning or rejuvenating your roof, adding years to it. Just get with these guys for that free estimate. It's EustaceRoofing.com. Again, your trusted roofing advisor is EustaceRoofing.com.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite, life-changing dentistry.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of over 40 Greenway dealerships vying for your car when you trade it in at Greenway Kia. When dealerships compete, you win. We're offering as much as $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book for your trade. Curious what your trade's worth? Check it out now at greenwaykias.com. We want to see you in a Kia. Greenway Kia with 3 area locations. Serve you.
All factory rebates to dealer, negative equity refinanced. It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about. Your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today, 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investor.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We have unlimited data that never slows you down, covered by the Verizon 5G network, and all for less than $30 a month when you get 4 lines. And the best part, we give you a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G when you switch to the 5G Unlimited or 5G Plus Unlimited plan. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
Roundup Dual Action products rock like a hardcore metal band. This stuff kills existing weeds down to the root, and for an encore, keeps them from coming back for up to 4 months. That's a non-stop 16-week tour of killing and preventing weeds in all the famous outdoor venues, the patio, the driveway, the mulch bed, even along the fence. When it comes to your hardscapes and landscapes, the stuff puts on a show. Roundup Dual Action products kill and prevent weeds for up to 4 months. This stuff rocks. This stuff works. When used as directed, always read and follow pesticide label directions.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll, safety's the goal.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at OrangeBuickGMC.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
So, I played a lot of bars down here in Palm Beach County and Martin County and up in your area. And the best margarita I ever had was made at the Breakers in Palm Beach, and they used Grand Marnier Centennial.
Jesus.
Now, that originally used to be 100 years old. I don't think it is anymore, but it's super, super aged. Fabulous margarita. Just awesome. And an awesome price tag, too.
Good afternoon, Colbert crew. Today, this is Michael P. checking in. I'm going to borrow one from T-Bag here.
Oh, there you go.
And today, 24 years ago today, I graduated from the University of Florida. Cinco de Mayo, baby. So my goal is to drink 24 beers by the end of the show. Let's see how it goes. Yes. I'll call you back and let you know what's going on.
Please do.
Love you guys. Let's have a great show.
You got it, buddy. Oh, woohoo. Damn, I should have brought some Marg stuff in today. Do we even have a Corona around here or something? Something, Modelo maybe?
You know, I hate that. When you say, I should have done something and then follow that with something really cool that affects us all by not having it. Like, oh, I was going to get you that, know, so-and-so for Christmas, but I decided not to. And you're like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. All that's fair, by the way.
Let's have the drink.
Money, by the way, is your 4 o'clock keyword, MONEY. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Money, guys. That is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win for sure. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance, again, at $1,000. Let's get the week started off with a winner.
Let's do that.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Jack.
Yo.
Alejandro is here with us as well. Deb will rejoin us tomorrow.
Hola.
Hola. Have you ever, did you guys know that here in town, I was just driving by it the other day, there's a men's spa now in town?
A men's spa?
Yeah, a men's spa, and it says it right out front.
Is it Hammer and Nails?
Giant letter. It says men's spa. There is a place called Hammer and Nails.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that one.
I
used that one.
This one's different. It just says men's spa.
Okay.
And I didn't even know there was a Hammer and Nails until I started looking up the men's spa place. It's over on East Colonial Drive, I think. And what is the difference? Why is it different than just a spa? What makes it a men's spa? I went to their menu, and it's the exact same thing you could get for like a lady spa, minus the makeup or any of that stuff.
It's the same difference between Diet Coke and Coke Zero.
Oh, nothing.
Branding.
Yeah, that's it. Just
branding. Branding so you don't, to protect the fragile male ego.
Yeah.
A men's spa in East Colonial, they probably love you long time.
I don't know. I don't know if they love you. Well, right down the road, they may love you a long time. And the thing is, it's weird though. It's not weird, but it is for me. But all the photographs they have, or not all of them, but a number of them are showing it's, guys getting massages, guys getting facials, guys getting all this stuff. And it's a lot of dudes doing the work.
Oh, okay. That's it.
It's a lot of dudes.
I just unsubscribed.
It's a lot of dudes doing the work. And I will tell you, I find that a little odd. Like, if you're trying to bring people to your men's spa and your target is men, and you look at the photographs, like men masseuses, men doing like the facial things, men doing this stuff. I mean, is that what, like, if you go to a men's spa, you want a dude working on you?
No. Nowhere I go, I want a dude working on me.
I don't know. And the funny thing is, I don't have any of that in my system, but I don't want a dude working on me like that either.
No, but some people prefer, like my barber is a guy. My
really?
son's barber is a guy too. He says that's his barber. He's not a hairdresser.
Or hairstylist.
But that's way different though, right? Because when I had hair and when I used to get my beard trimmed professionally, I went to a place that was primarily a Latino kind of barber shop.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those places where you would lease that chair. It wasn't like a Great Cuts where they own it and they hire you as a salaried employee. You rent that chair like it's your little small business. And then that's your chair. Nobody else uses that chair. That's yours.
Yeah, and you set your own schedule and you have your own
and you have your own
database.
Clients, right? Yeah. And man, it's all dudes. It was all older Latino men in there doing, or actually a couple of them were really young Latino dudes, and they were in there and they're lying out the door.
Yeah, it's like the movie The Barbershop.
Yeah,
they're all dudes there.
Yeah. That's wild, man. It's kind of wild that it's okay for one aspect of that, but half those dudes would not let a guy give them a massage. That's for sure.
Where would you allow your homophobic nature to take worse service to satisfy that?
Well, you don't know that it's worse.
No, but if it's a choice, if you have a male masseuse who graduated the top of his class, and a female at the bottom of her class.
Jack, I know what you're trying to do here.
Well, I'm asking, who do you pick?
I'm going to get
the girl.
I'll tell you why.
I know Alejandro is not shy about it.
Yeah,
you're going to try and craft a response.
No, I'm going to craft a response.
Yeah.
Here's my response, right? I want it to be a girl. And you know why?
Why?
Because I don't want it to move when a dude is doing it.
Okay.
All right? Is that fair?
That's fair.
I don't want it to move.
You know what? It's honest.
I don't want a dude working my shoulders and allow myself to slip into that comfort zone where things start happening. And I forget who's doing the dude stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want that happening.
Part of the massage or the spa experience is that you have a girl that is not your wife and and you're not doing anything wrong.
Right. She
Approves.
approves.
Yeah, exactly.
And she even approves you spending money on it.
Exactly. That's part of the experience.
Okay. What about if you're getting a Alejandro? Have you ever what's the foot one? Help me out.
Yeah, pedicure.
Pedicure. Yeah.
That's weird. In Hammer and Nelson, they don't pay me for this. My barber is a guy. Pedicure is a girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how they have the employees set up. It's not that I chose this.
Okay.
I just got lucky.
I see your, I didn't pick that, and I'll raise you, I do pick it. Because when I go and I love getting pedicures, for the record. And the reason I love it is for the foot massage and that salt scrub thing they do on your calves. Amazing. But I can't let a guy do it.
Yeah, I've only had one, and it was a girl there, and
I can't do it, buddy.
You know what's funny?
I can't do it.
Especially when you make eye contact.
I don't
it's
know.
Very weird.
And I have no reason to say it because there's nothing sexual about it at all. Just can't do it. Got to be a lady.
Well, that goes back to Pulp Fiction when it comes to foot massages, right?
Yeah.
It's funny. We have a sales rep, Kyle, who went to Hammer Nails. He's like, this would be a great product. We should advertise on the radio. And so, he talked to C-Lane, and I think C-Lane went and got his haircut and beard trim there, and finds out that Alejandro goes there, Brian from XL goes there. And it's like there's all these iHeart employees going there, and it's like, wait, these guys, we're all going there, and these guys are not advertising on the radio?
Oh, yeah. I'd go every week, but I'm just so cheap.
Yeah.
But I would literally,
Amen.
There's nothing in the world like getting a good, and we've actually played around with the idea of me and Jack and Scott Maxwell and Ross, we're all going to go and take up every chair one of these and sit side by side and get a manicure or a pedicure, not a manicure, and get a pedicure because they've never had one. I'm like, you don't have any idea what you're missing.
Right, and this place has a membership, and you get to smoke old-fashioned
right
while doing it.
That's
and
it.
It's for guys. It's
Dude,
hammer and nails.
Yeah, they have wine and cocktails at this other one because it's not specifically for guys. That's cool, by the way. I didn't know the whole whole thing.
Raise your hand if you've had a vasectomy. Okay, now your urologist, Alejandro, male or female?
What is that?
Did the doctor who did your vasectomy male or female?
Oh, it was a guy. It was in the military. Like this thing went wrong. Like
you and Jim?
I was also a
Jim
guy
had a
for me.
military doctor.
I had a military doctor. I was not in the military, but an old Navy dude did mine. And let's just say, not dainty.
You want a female that graduated the top of her class, or a male urologist that got a D but passed?
No, a female top of the class.
Yeah. I would have taken a female doctor for that had I had to. And the funny thing is, listen, I told you guys, the last time I went to the dermatologist, I had to get full frontal and booty nude for...
How could you do one and not the other?
Well, I mean...
So you took off your pants. That's full frontal and you have to stress that.
Hold on, dude. Hold on. Stop. I know that sounded terrible. Hold on. I know that sounded ridiculous.
Why do you have to stress the back?
No, she's doing a check. Have you ever had a dermatology check?
No.
Oh, you don't do that. So they get a check for skin stuff, right? You get a certain age, you've been in the sun a little bit. You got to check for skin stuff, and you got to check for skin stuff there as well. So they were doing the full skin stuff check, but I also have another issue around the other side, and I had to showcase that for a little bit, and that wasn't. But that doesn't bother me. Like being nude in front of women doesn't really bother me.
No, it doesn't bother me.
I don't really. That doesn't hit me like that.
Well, you've been to Hito.
I've been to Hito, yeah. I've been nude in front of people quite a few times. It doesn't really hit me like that.
Yeah, like when you go to the spa and they say dress down to your comfort level, I dress down. Like completely. That's my comfort level. I don't have a problem with
And then I lay down and hope.
I
just lay down there and they're like the towel, they cover me up really quick.
How much money do you have to leave in your shoe? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Have you ever been proposed?
No.
No, you've never had anybody
ask you? I was
ask
stationed in South Korea for a couple of years, but also my wife is listening.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Bravo.
Well, no, what I'm saying is somebody can ask
your
you.
Your lovely wife.
Look,
yes.
Somebody can ask you. I'm not saying if you said yes. What I'm saying is, have you ever had anybody in one of those places propose extra services?
That's the same thing. His wife knows he wouldn't say no, so
No,
I
would say no. Yeah, I mean, in South Korea, we had a friend of ours that the wife paid for a special package for her husband on his birthday, and she didn't know what the special package meant.
Oh, man.
And when the guy started he jumped out of the bed, and he's like, no, and the lady was like, yes, your wife paid for it. It's fine. And she didn't know what she was purchasing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the language barrier and everything. In South Korea, I was there for 2 years.
That's a terrible place to have a language problem.
Yes.
Yeah. Soft hands?
Your wife paid for it. It's okay.
But the dude I guess he said thank you to the wife afterwards. He didn't run out of the room, so I don't know what.
He let it go through?
I guess. I don't know. I wasn't there. But,
get out of here.
But yeah, I mean, it's a common thing. They have a red light district and everything. Like, this is just it's not illegal.
Yeah. They
So-
still have that in South Korea, red light district?
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Damn.
A lot of beautiful blonde Russian girls.
Oh, yeah, I bet. I bet.
I never went. My friend told me.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I'm being serious. I'm trying to say anything. Good wink, though. You do get that well. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 770-321. Don't forget money is your 4 o'clock keyword, MONEY. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with our buddy Brandon Kravitz. We'll talk a little sports right after this.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
There's a serious accident affecting all lanes on John Young Parkway at State Road 408. Look out for an accident. Slowing down traffic on State Road 429 southbound at New Independence Parkway. That's off to the shoulder there. There's an accident getting cleared up on I-4 westbound near State Road 536 and a crash. Slowing down traffic on I-4 eastbound over St. John's River Bridge. That's off to the shoulder. Traffic slowing down on all the major roadways. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
When disaster strikes, trust Paul Davis Restoration. Look, emergencies can happen anytime, leaving your property in disarray without warning. Whether it's a fire, flood, mold, or storm damage, the remediation and restoration experts at Paul Davis are here to help. With 24/7 emergency service availability and a 30-minute response window, we can confidently bring fast, practical solutions to residential and commercial property owners. If your home or business has been damaged by fire, water, or storm, call Paul Davis Restoration. Here to help 24/7. 407-629-6700 or orlando.pauldavis.com.
This is an ad for Roundup for Lawns. It kills weeds down to the root without harming your lawn. It works on crabgrass, dandelions, clover. It works on weeds with names you can't even pronounce. It's Roundup for Lawns. When used as directed, always read and follow pesticide label directions.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite. Life-changing dentistry.
Divorce is tough, but you don't have to go at it alone. Imagine building a team not to fight, but to win. 90% of divorce cases settle without a judge. At TK Law, our collaborative approach means you and your spouse work with lawyers, financial professionals, and mental health professionals to resolve issues with dignity and privacy. No court battles, just solutions. To protect your future, contact TK Law. We will help you navigate your divorce so you stay in control. OneFirmForLife.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
I'm Katie. I was in a bad car accident. I woke up in the hospital 6 weeks later. My husband called attorney Glenn Klotzman. I met with Glenn. He said he would take care of everything, just keep healing. I feel blessed he was there to help. I'm doing well. I'm so thankful Glenn Klotzman was there for us. The results he got for us were way more than expected. He's more than an attorney. He's a friend. Call him at 407-917-1718. KLAUSMAN law.com. Office Winter Park.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Mornings are unpredictable. But West 2 News Sunrise can get your day started on the right track.
We have team coverage this morning
with breaking news and what's happening now.
Breaking this morning, investigators.
Central Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Central Florida is under a first warning severe weather warning day.
And up-to-the-minute traffic to simplify your morning commute.
Impacting traffic exiting at that ramp this morning.
Jason, Meredith, Sonica, Kellyanne, and Megan. West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
No one takes it into Hollywood like Access Hollywood.
I
love it. The biggest stars on the red carpet.
What do you expect?
The hottest trends.
Very modern.
Dominating your feeds. And the artists and athletes shaping pop culture. From awards season to every season.
Here at Yankee Stadium.
Kid Scout Zuri and I are giving you all the access you want.
Are you kidding?
Access Hollywood. Please join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Radio 104.1.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
How's it, Ohana? Oh, a little information about the Derby winner. The owner of the horse, Sovereignty, is actually a company called Go Dolphin. 13th time they've had horses in the Kentucky Derby. Finally won one, and it's owned by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Bro, that's harder than the Hawaiian language. Anyway, aloha.
Aloha, bro. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. 4 o'clock keyword is money, M-O-N-E-Y. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Money, guys, that's it. That'll get it. That's that $1,000 keyword. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. There's Jack.
Yeah.
Alejandro is here as well.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you, boss. Every single Monday around 4:20, we invite this gentleman over from his home station, 96.9 The Game. That's where they talk sports every single day. He does it from 3 until 6 over there, and then joins us on Mondays for a few chat minutes. You guys give it up good line for Brandon Kravitz.
Yeah!
I have a bone to pick with you guys.
Oh, do you really now?
I've been waiting a week for this.
Have you? Let him come in and fix the camera so you can look good while you're doing this.
Oh, that's good because that's part of the problem I have.
Okay, very good.
No, I want to wait. I'm going to wait. Let me kill some time here while Jack does this because I want to make sure that he hears this. I'm actually going back to a collab post that Jack insisted I accept the invite to. It was a video that he created from last week's segment that we did talking about the NFL draft.
Okay.
And I had mentioned my wild crackpot theory that Donald Trump got Shedeur Sanders drafted because Jimmy Haslam contributed to the Donald Trump political fund.
Okay.
Well, my complaint really has nothing to do with the content because whatever. I mean, I said that. It was a wild theory, and Jack found it entertaining enough to make an Instagram post. So I appreciate that. The issue is it's the camera feed angle. I don't know if you guys ever get this complaint. Now, this isn't 100% your fault, but I'm going to put at least 80% of it onto you guys. Can I read you 2 of the comments that rolled in right away off of this post? Haven't seen Kravitz in almost a whole year. What are you all feeding him? Okay. And then
Keep going.
As I read that, by the way, it's in the morning, the next morning. So this is Tuesday morning. My kid had drawn a picture. He's 5 years old. He drew a picture of the family. And I said, "What is that, a turtle?" And he said, "No, that's you, Dad, with a big belly." As I'm reading, one of your listeners saying that I've basically beefed up 3 sizes. And then another one rolled in later in the day, just as I was starting to regain a level of confidence. This one from Big Poppy, ironically
nice.
enough,
Poppy. Yeah,
said, "I think this guy sounds like the dad from Bob's Burgers, just a little fluffier." Did I get fat? And why are you guys trying to? What's with the camera angles? Because I don't disagree with them.
You look exactly like you've looked at the entire time I've known you. I mean, look, the camera shot we have on you right now makes you look very thin.
Yeah, you look great.
Let me get. How tall are you?
I'm 6 feet tall.
And how much do you weigh?
Whoa! Really?
Yeah, he's 6. He's right at that.
Is he?
Yeah,
close.
So you think I'm lying about my height?
Everyone says 6 feet.
Get a tape measure in here.
This guy's fired up. I love it.
And I weigh somewhere between
185, 190.
Oh, no, not even close.
No.
He is north of 200.
Definitely. I'm between 210 and 215. 215 is where I start to go, okay, Brandon, we got to lay off the McDonald's.
Okay, so I'm an inch or so taller than you, and I weigh 218 right now. And I don't get drawn as a turtle by my child. I do that. Not one time have I ever been drawn as a turtle or a hot air balloon or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that says more about me or more about my kids' art.
You just been ripping that iron a little too much, dog. That's what it is.
Texters are saying that Bob's Burger line is spot on.
That's hilarious. And then I do have one before we move off of this completely, because I don't really have anything that important to say today.
I love the honesty.
Another one. This is my issue with the political fanaticism that I'm sure you guys deal with all the time. Nowhere in this take of mine did I say anything that came across as liberal or conservative.
Correct.
It was just simply
that does not matter.
Correct.
Jimmy Haslam donated to Trump's fund. Trump tweeted about it being an outrage that Shador Sanders was falling, and I put 2 and 2 together, and I was half joking when I said it anyway. Definitely the mindset of a Democrat was one of the comments.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: he makes power moves like that all the time. What would I mean? That's. But you got to remember, anytime you mention Donald Trump's name, you're going to get blowback in some way, shape, or form, unless you are being an overboard sycophant when it comes to that. It's just how it's been set up here. But don't worry about it.
Do you guys deal with this every day?
Every
this is why I avoid politics on my show.
Even
mentioning names, it's insane.
Matter.
You can't just have a basic conversation where you give. Nowhere in my take last week could you tell who I voted for or that I voted.
Doesn't matter at all. The thinnest skin in America right now are those people. That's the thinnest.
My God.
That's the most offended, the thinnest skin people you can have in America right now are those people right now.
There are 3 types of people.
It's so bananas.
So when you go to vote, do you ask for the extra large voting booth?
I'm gonna need a little more space. Okay, I've been told I'm fluffy.
Yeah. Do you have a pencil for dudes with fat fingers? I can't hold that one right.
And I don't think you can blame our camera angles when even your son is calling you out on it.
That's true.
I don't think he's watching the stream.
Here's the thing. This all just sort of happened within a 24-hour period where I said the Magic season ended. I eat like crap during the NBA season because I'm up late. The only thing that's open is McDonald's. Because of the times of the games, I don't often get dinner. So I'm eating at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and then going straight to bed. And then I'm up a couple of hours later, so the metabolism takes a hit because I'm not sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating garbage a lot of days. And it all just starts
thank God the Magic lost. Wow.
So it's an unhealthy lifestyle, and that is completely on me. That's not on the lifestyle itself. I don't do myself any favors, but there is definitely something to the fact that I am putting on weight throughout the NBA season so that when my kid draws me as a turtle and your listeners call me fluffy, I go, it is definitely time to
I'll give you a little bit of advice, and we can move on to the sports and then kind of do our thing here. The worst possible thing to do is to our listeners is let them know that it got to you. Now you're really screwed.
So
I got horrible news for you.
That's fine. I honestly don't care. My wife was worked up about this, though. I had to call off the dogs. I'm like, this is fine.
You can't respond, honey. You can't respond.
No, you're going to make it so much worse.
Put the computer down, Tiger Mom. Put it down.
Well, I liked it. It was nice. It was nice to see that level of fire in her eyes.
I like that.
You know?
Let's move on to some sports. I keep reading all this weekend or stuff that there's been an edict kind of thrown down over at one Magic place, and it is this. We must win now. So now, all the building of the franchise, all the working of the parts, all the moving of the puzzles, all the big mastermind Weltman moves better fall into place in 2026. Is that the vibe?
That is absolutely the vibe. And whether that's because it's honestly just time, given where Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner are in their growth, or because, and I did ask this directly to Jeff Weltman, the president of basketball operations, how much of your sense of urgency has to do with the fact that you've now been here 8 years? And he said absolutely nothing. But I don't. How could you believe that wholeheartedly?
You can't.
We all, at some point in our jobs, as altruistic as we want to be, and I do think that I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he wants the best for the players that he drafts and the coaches that he hires. But we all go into self-preservation mode when you realize that you're up against it, and he can't be patient anymore.
No.
He's reached the end of the rope with that. And he has built up a pretty good base for himself where it's not like, hey, the seat's on fire and good luck keeping that job. I do think he's in a really good position, as are any of the executives that make decisions. Anthony Parker, the general manager, who I also had on my show on Friday, and I tried to get some interesting reveals out of him as far as some of that process, the things that we talked about at the deadline with them not taking calls or making calls, which, by the way, he refuted, which was very interesting. But all of those individuals, they have to get it done now. They have to show that they can move a team a round or two into the postseason. Otherwise, what are we doing here? And other individuals are going to be brought in to make decisions. It's not harsh. That's just the way this business works, and it's that time.
Is the team in position to make a move financially? Are they stuck with bad deals? Because the thing that that's only really the thing that matters is how much money you have that you can move around, because they can say and do whatever they want. But if a big time player comes up for grabs, and of course Giannis is the dangling pickle out there, or the dangling carrot right now in the NBA, and everybody's like, I saw a big thing the other day, like these people are going to be vying for Giannis, right? And that's the big get. So the Magic have to be thinking that, they've done what they can do with the draft. That's pretty much there, that they have to find another piece that can shoot the basketball, or find somebody that can shoot three-pointers for this team or something. Because, I mean, what we saw in the playoffs was not going to do it, buddy. You can't miss all those free throws. You can't have free looks from three over and over and over and go 4 for 26 in a playoff game. You can't.
No, absolutely not. The teams that are still alive in the playoffs right now, they all have something in common. They can all shoot, and they can all shoot from deep. It is hard to win in the NBA when you get stuck in a math equation where you're shooting twos and they're shooting threes.
And the worst part of that equation is the fact that you have a defense that holds teams to a score that allows you to even be okay at shooting and still have a shot.
But it comes down to, you have to find stars. The Magic have done that. Paolo and Franz are, and they're still getting better. They're going to be superstars if they aren't already in the NBA. Okay, so you check that box, and that is the most important box to check. That's the credit that I will give to Jeff Weltman and Anthony Parker for the players that they have brought in. They got the most important piece, but you can't stop there. The next layer is where the issues are, because you have to find bargains. You have to find guys that outplay their current contract status. That has not happened for this team. Everybody on this team, outside of those two guys and Jalen Suggs, who was hurt pretty much the whole season, have underplayed what they are getting paid. Use Peyton Pritchard as an example. He's the Celtics' sixth man. The guy is an absolute sniper from three, and he won the Sixth Man of the Year award, so he's the best bench player in the NBA. He gets paid between $6 and $7 million a year. That's what Cole Anthony gets paid. Cole Anthony's barely playable for the Magic right now. That's the difference, is being able to find those. And the Celtics have like four guys like that that they're not paying much money to relative to NBA contracts, that they're getting a lot of production from. Last year, this past season that we just wrapped up, the three highest paid players in terms of average annual salary on the Magic, so these were the guys making the biggest game checks last season, were Jonathan Isaac, Cole Anthony, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And you just weren't getting much at all from those guys.
Well, those aren't offensive players. I mean, Jonathan Isaac
KCP was supposed to be.
Yeah, but he's not, though.
And Cole Anthony is supposed to be.
But he's
these
not.
These things have not panned out, and they've extended all of these players. So that becomes part of your original question. Do they have the money? The answer is no, oddly enough. For where the Magic are, you would think when you look at this roster that they would go into the offseason with all this cash. They don't have it, because they've paid all of their mediocre players above average contracts. So they have to get really creative with how they make this team better, because they're not going to – if you're waiting for this team to go make a big splash in free agency, this isn't an opinion. This is a fact. That ain't happening. They're not doing it. They don't have the money for it. So they're going to have to make trades if they want to get better.
Is there a possibility they could find one of these players that's been troubled, maybe isn't in under? You know who keeps coming to mind is Dennis Rodman. And I know that sounds kind of wild. But
I think he's too old, Jim.
Yeah, I know. But the story is there. Here's what I mean by that, right? So in Detroit, still major player in Detroit, right? But he was a troublemaker. He's a troublemaker, right? Troublemaker. Everybody's like, he's a big problem, big problem. Goes to Chicago, starts playing for Phil Jackson, who's kind of like a mentor kind of guy. You know, that Rodman, he almost turned into like a father figure for Rodman. And although Rodman was Rodman, he became a completely different basketball player under Phil Jackson. Do you see my point here? Is maybe there's somebody out there in the league that is like, I thought of Jimmy Butler at first. I know Jimmy Butler's kind of out of realm because he's still a highly paid player, but you know, it's hard. They're having a hard time finding home to somebody they really feel comfortable with. Are there possibilities? I know that's kind of a long shot kind of thing. Is there anybody out there like that just doesn't seem to be happy where they are, would be willing to take a chance and go somewhere else? I know Giannis is there, but you're going to have a bucket full of money to get that guy.
Well, Giannis is gettable because he's not a free agent. If he was a free agent, it would be out of the question. The Magic have contracts that they can trade, and they have a lot of draft picks. They can make a trading. I'm not saying the Magic can't get better this offseason. I'm saying they're not going to get better via free agency.
Right, yeah.
At least not with a big name. They can sign, hopefully they sign a small name and they get great production out of them, but they're not going to get a Giannis.
And is he known as a great shooter?
And he's not.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a separate issue by itself.
Yeah.
But in terms of the troubled player aspect, the Rockets did that. They brought in Dylan Brooks, is the NBA's bad boy that teams had kind of given up on. I think he went and played overseas for a minute, and he was great for them. They got knocked out of the playoffs. But that sort of player, sure. The difference between the Bulls at that stage and where the Magic are is Michael Jordan was already the best player by a mile in the NBA and had a fully formed legacy. So when you walk into that building, there's that aura that will quiet you down, whereas the Magic, as good as Paolo is, they don't have that.
And that's the offensive end of the basketball. I mean, he changed the way that team looked on defense, and it changed the way they looked offensively rebounding the basketball, too. So that's kind of what I meant.
Well,
He plugged into a system that was ready to go with two unbelievable offensive players, he and Pippen, but he turned the other end of the basketball team around.
You got to go into the bargain bin and find some values. That is where they're at, or go into the trade market and get a big fish. Here's the problem with the Giannis thing is that he, as great as he is, he doesn't solve your biggest need, which is three-point shooting. The guy will attempt maybe one per game, and he probably misses it. That doesn't help you. And if you want to get Giannis, say bye to Franz.
Yeah.
And I don't really think that's where the Magic want to – I don't think they want to get into a trade discussion where they have to trade one of their best players.
Yeah. Kentucky Derby was this weekend. We know the city had kind of another one of those 0-0 draws, so we won't bring that up until they score some goals again.
You want us to talk about you better score.
Can I tell you the bet that I hit on this, though?
Yeah, go ahead.
I never bet MLS, and I'm a sports bettor. I bet every single day of my life. I don't bet MLS. But I said Saturday night I'm on my phone, like, let me see what Orlando City's doing. It was 0-0 at halftime against Chicago. And I said, I wonder what Hard Rock is offering for the live line for the game to end in a draw at any score and for Orlando City not to score a goal. So I basically wanted to bet on the game to end exactly where it was at. I got 4-1 odds on that. Bet it, went to sleep, woke up. The game ended 0-0.
Cash money in your hand, huh? I love it.
Yeah.
Very good. Somebody just text in. Would you take a Ja Morant for the Magic?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
and he also doesn't solve the three-point shooting issue.
Yeah. But, that's the kind of thing. Like, you find a guy that's, like, kind of out there a little bit, finds himself in trouble a lot, kind of a troublemaker, but yet has a talent and a skill set that you're like, man, I can make that work. But, you have to deal with what it does to your locker room. You have to deal with what it does to your franchise.
I don't think he's a winning player.
Yeah, he's not. No, he's not. Yeah,
he's Allen Iverson with less talent.
I would agree 100% with that. Exactly the same thing I thought, for sure. Kentucky Derby, sloppy race.
Yeah, muddy, rainy.
Yeah.
Bob Baffert's horse had never run in mud before, so that was a nice advantage for everybody else. Because once I didn't know Baffert was back. I don't follow horse racing all that closely.
I thought they booted his ass for good.
Well, I had already placed a couple of bets on horses just based off of names and dumb stuff like that.
It's the best way to win money.
Yeah.
Well, Owen Almighty, there was a horse named after my kid, but they were the longest shot to win. Usually, that's not the horse.
That's a good $2. That's a good $2 bet.
Exactly.
exactly.
$2 $5, something like that.
Oh, they named a horse after my kid. Okay, got to bet on that. And then when I saw Bob Baffert's face, I'm like, whoa, Citizen Bull. This is the horse that everybody should be on, but apparently not a lot of mud experience there. This is now the 7th year in a row that the odds-on favorite to win the Kentucky Derby has not taken home the crown.
Yeah.
So if you want to use that in future years, because that's one of the only reasons that we watch the Kentucky Derby is to see if we can win money off of these horses.
Sure.
Don't bet the favorite.
Don't bet the favorite anymore.
Yeah.
Very good. Thanks. Always good seeing you, buddy. Give it a good laugh for Brandon Kravitz.
Yeah, Fluffy!
96.9 The Game every single day from 3 until 6. And, of course, you can find him online at zoneheadsmedia.com. That's where he does all the things, including some of his bet strategies as well.
A.K.A. BK Fluff.
That's right. Later this week, I'm going to post an article about my whole process of what I do daily to make the decision on what to bet on.
Oh, okay, good.
And what to lay off.
Interesting.
Yeah. Do you also put up a menu of what it takes to get to that size?
Also, there will be a separate page if you want to follow this diet right here. I got you.
Yeah.
BK Fluff.
You get the Zaddy bod, dude. I love it. Very nice.
It's called the $5 meal deal.
Very good. Always good seeing you, buddy. There he is, Brandon Kravitz, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real Radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
I don't know why I put up with you. You suck. And I don't want to be married anymore. And then he'll be like, but you want my paycheck coming in here, don't you? And then she goes, if you don't shut your mouth, I'm going to stop cleaning the bed sheets when you S in them.
Oh.
And he goes, hey, shut up.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms are on the docket through the remainder of our Monday. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. It's a Fox 35 Storm Team alert day as well for the potential of a few stronger to even severe storms. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for our central and eastern neighborhoods until 9 o'clock. A storm or two could include not only some hail, but some gusty wind and maybe a brief tornado near the coast. It's something we'll have to watch. And any strong storm that does ignite through the remainder of the night, we'll see these fade away with temperatures back into the middle and upper 60s. Some of our southern neighborhoods in the lower 70s. And our Tuesday still looks hot and muggy with the potential for a few showers and thunderstorms again during the heating of the day with the help of that sea breeze. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $250 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends June 14th. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at FAS Exteriors. These guys are awesome. Got my windows and doors there a couple of times for a number of my houses here in Central Florida, and you should as well. Here's why. Not only are the installations so unbelievable and perfect, man, the selection of windows and doors is amazing. There is zero design ideas that you could come up with where they didn't have a window that could really enhance that look. Look, their expert team of window and door installers make the entire project of your house perfect and seamless from measurement to the very final inspection. Been doing it since 2005. FAS has certainly earned their spot in Orlando as the top-rated window and door experts. Upgrade your home today with a team that delivers excellence. Visit FASWD.com, and as always, trust the leader in windows and doors.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you. By comparing and finding the best rates, you could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France radio message. Craving an unforgettable destination where culture, history, architecture, romance, and the excellence of French gastronomy all meet? With Air France, Paris and all its delights have never been closer. From May 21st, make the most of our new Orlando International Airport nonstop flights to Paris. Elegance is a journey. Air France. See conditions on airfrance.us.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
The future is bright. RC Hill here. It's graduation season. This month, I'm helping people graduate from their old ride. I'll help you save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. You can even drive the redesigned 2025 Outlander top safety picked and Yamaha sound system. Or the new Mirage, 43 miles per gallon, lifetime warranty starting at only $15,900. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars. But hurry, pre-tariff prices won't last long. I'm RC Hill. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
All about the presets.
That is the best new feature.
It's like a car radio right on the app.
There's a list of what's trending. There's all the podcasts.
I love it.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
Well, Trina, now you're in charge of ordering food for the office, so meet my mountain of menus.
So, this should be easy.
Easy as pie. You know the mathematical constant for a circle circumference to diameter ratio, pi? It's super complicated.
In that case, I'll be using EasyCater. It's got everything on one simple platform. Tons of restaurants, dietary preferences, even digital receipts.
But my mountain of menus.
How about I order us some pie?
EasyCater, the easy way to get food for work.
Hey guys, not feeling like yourself? Visit Game Day Men's Health, one of the nation's largest men's health clinics, specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED treatments, medical weight loss, and shockwave therapy. With locations in Winter Park, Lake Mary, and downtown, they can create a customized game plan for you. Set up your free testosterone testing consultation. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Mention 104.1 and get a second service free when you buy one. Game Day Men's Health, helping men perform and feel their best.
New Year's resolution is to buy a home? Get your free buyer's guide at thenicklygroup.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Woo! Watch your phrasing, guys. When Jimmy said he had his vasectomy done by an Old Navy guy, I pictured it going down in a changing room by some guy with a walkie-talkie with a wired earbud who was previously folding beans.
Good Wank is coincidentally the name of the podcast that will be the only commercial played on the iHeart app for the next 3 months.
Hey, Colbert crew, it's Sarah.
Hey,
so
Sarah.
I've been having some problems with my ear, and I've had ruptured eardrums in the past. I thought that was happening again. Turns out I might have, like, TMJ, or where I'm, like, clenching my jaw and grinding and stuff. So I ended up buying a mouth guard at Target yesterday, and I tried it for the first time last night, and it just feels illegal. Like, it does not feel like you should be sleeping with anything on your face or in your mouth, especially. Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, we had a number of people ask about the mouth guard, the dental guard or snore guard that Jack and I were talking about a little bit earlier. That guy, however, actually was an older gentleman when he started his business, and I think he's moved on to other things. He was a dentist for years.
He was a dentist, did this. I moved his practice. I think he might be doing it now. I'm not even sure. But
Dr. Kaplan, right?
Yeah, Dr. Kaplan. But it was it Sonos? It was something with an S on that.
Yeah, it was.
We've had it for years. It's just that thing is like invaluable.
Yeah, so what they do is they actually make a mold of your mouth like a dentist would do to make dentures. And then they make this guard based around that, and it's fully adjustable too, by the way. If your mouth changes or moves or whatever, you can adjust it to make it fit perfectly, but it's actually molded specifically for your mouth. By the way, it wasn't inexpensive. I mean, I will tell you guys that there are more inexpensive versions out there right now that have the same idea or process.
There are some over-the-counter ones, online ones you can buy. This mold, though, it was two separate pieces. But the way it was angled, as you close your jaw, it slides the bottom, your mandible forward, and that increases the opening, allowing you to breathe easier when you sleep and reduce snoring.
Yeah, because when you sleep, that naturally falls back into your face, so it actually makes the smaller. The breathing area smaller, so you snore and you have that apnea. You wake up a bunch while you're sleeping, and when you're tossing and turning, a lot of times you've just woken yourself up snoring. So my mouth guard is an absolute dream. It's the greatest thing ever. I'll never forget our buddy Tom Van. From Tom and Dan, formerly here at the radio station as the Bear. Well, I know. Don't mean to blow your mind. He also got one of these things from Dr. Kaplan and didn't realize when you wear it in your mouth, of course, if you don't take care of your teeth and stuff, that will get into that guard. You got to clean it, right? Well, I don't know what happened, but his dog got a hold of it and chewed it apart. $3,500. Chewed it apart. Now, I say that number. People probably lost their mind when I said that. Insurance paid for a large portion of mine. I think I had to come up with like $800 and $900 or whatever. By far, the best money I could. If they told me I had to do that a year, I would still probably do it. And I don't even know, what does a CPAP cost? Do you lease that or do you buy it?
No idea.
You have no idea?
No, but I know people listening right now.
Oh, they have them for sure. We've already had them. We had somebody text. They said they hate it, but I don't know if you lease it or buy it. I for some reason I thought, do you have one?
I have one, but VA gave it to me.
VA gave it to you.
I wouldn't know if you do. But have you guys ever heard of the hostage tape?
The hostage tape?
Hostage tape. It's a thing that you put on your mouth. It's like a tape. It's like imagine duct tape, and you put it over your mouth, and it makes you breathe through your nose.
Oh no way! Really? What?
The entire night, and it helps a lot. I've used it. It's just my PTSD, I get nightmares, and so I rip it off in the middle of the night. I freak out a little.
No,
it takes a little getting used to it, but it comes with a nose strip to open up your nostrils, and then it covers your mouth, and you sleep all night like that. And it has helped me with snoring. It was better than the CPAP machine for me.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Look, from what I understand, the CPAP is what they call the gold standard in the whole idea of sleep apnea resources. It's the gold standard. Like you can't get beyond it. I hear sleeping on it is extraordinary, except for I think you have limited positions you can sleep with the CPAP. The thing that we have, that Jack and I have, it doesn't. It looks a lot like a mouth guard you would use in sports, except it's hard acrylic. It's not
like a
soft.
protector when you're fighting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but it's not soft.
The CPAP they gave me was just a nose thing. Instead of the whole mask, it was just a nose, and it made me drown, because my mouth was still open, so the air is coming through my nose, going out my mouth, and I couldn't breathe at night.
That's the other thing I hear about the CPAP, too, is if you don't have it set right, it's kind of weird how when it blows the air in, how it can cause some irregular breathing and whatnot.
Yes, that's what was happening to me. But the hostage tape thing is pretty cool, and it's not that expensive, and it takes a while getting used to it.
Someone else says Joe Rogan uses hostage tape.
That's where I got it from.
CPAP users say one said 12 months of payments, then you own it. Someone else said they spent $600 on them. Another person says sometimes insurance covers it, but a good one will cost you about $1,000 to $1,200.
Yeah. Look, man, it's worth it. Okay, so I'm telling you, good sleep. I mean, the more and more it's studied, it doesn't really take a whole lot of brain power. when you see what good sleep does for you as a person, keeps you young, keeps you more healthy, you're more mentally acute. It's just better around the world, And now it's like 7 good solid hours of sleep is absolutely necessary. So, when I talk to doctors and they tell me, they're like, look, man, the things you should definitely spend your money on are really good sheets, a good bed, a good quality pillow, and comfortable bedding, so that when you go to bed, you fall asleep, you stay asleep, you feel comfortable. That's supposed to be your serene place in your home.
And a good quality bourbon.
And a good quality bourbon.
And a good quality meal.
And a good quality meal is also good as well. 407-916-1041. And speaking of that, man, I got to tell you, we had some food come in from the Rosen Mother's Day brunch buffet that's going to be coming up this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that a nice treat?
Is that what it was in the kitchen?
Yeah.
With the salmon and the steak, the tomahawk.
Yeah. Oh, you should got to hear a little sooner.
You never say that.
Tomahawk steak, the blackened salmon with the most unbelievable roast corn salsa you've ever had in your life. Magical. So good. Tomahawk steak cooked perfectly, cut thin with this beautiful sauce. Moroccan chicken with fried chickpeas. Delicious. Not overwhelming, too, because a lot of the great thing about this brunch buffet, by the way, is it does handle a lot of diverse cultures. They do Indian food, they do Mexican food, they do Peruvian, African, and they handle all of the food allergy issues, gluten, sugar, any of that stuff that you may have a problem with. They've got all of that covered. 60 dishes, including they have crab claws and sous vide short ribs on top of the tomahawk steak and the salmon. It's unbelievable. And the people who went for Easter and went to this brunch buffet for Easter, lost their mind. And I'm telling you, man, if you want to step it up for mom, that is the place to go. And not to mention, you want to dress nice because the hotel is beautiful, and you can find plenty of places to take your family photographs after you've gorged yourself with this delicious food.
Oh, man.
Love
but
it.
the
Thanks,
desserts,
guys. Unbelievable.
I had a little tiramisu. They had a key lime, a tres leches.
That limoncello shot.
I didn't.
The key lime pie, the tres leches was delicious.
I had to stop eating.
Man, it's so good. So again, it's Rosen Center /Mother's Day. RosenCenter.com/Mother's Day. Get your tickets. They brought food in today from this buffet this weekend, and they just brought in literally a tenth of what's going to be up there, and it was still incredible. You should have seen the people in the building when we opened it up for everybody to come in. It was bananas.
You know how many people just casually do walk-bys?
And by the way, they had to reopen everything and start reserving.
Yeah.
Because they were about to pack up, and then the sales reps came up, and I'm like, man, serve it.
Yeah.
They were just going to leave it. I'm like, just serve it to everybody.
Yeah.
And they were all just gathered around. It was people go losing their mind.
Oh.
So good. Again, that's this Sunday for Mother's Day. It's rosencenter.com/Mother's Day.
And there is something to be said. You make the reservation there, you go, and then you're done.
You're done. That's it.
You just did everything you have to do.
And by the way, the guests that are 21 and over, it comes with champagne and mimosas as well.
Well, how you doing?
Can't lose. All right, 407-916-1041. Got another keyword for you right now.
It's back. The 2025 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 13th through the 26th in Lock Haven Park. Tickets available now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic slowing down on all the major roadways this afternoon. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound before St. John's River Bridge. A crash is slowing down traffic on the Turnpike southbound before Hancock Road there. Look out for an accident blocking all lanes northbound on John Young Parkway at State Road 408. And just travel with caution on the roadways. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Road trip? Let's go. But first, drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where our trained technicians only pour premium Valvoline oil for a quick and easy stay in your car oil change. Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons.
Man, here in Central Florida, you better know one thing. It's going to get hot. You can already feel that humidity building in the air right now. And if you don't have an AC company you can lean on that you believe in, get one now. I suggest Mills Air. These guys are great. Been dealing with them for 6-7 years now, and they've never let us down. I mean, they come through every single time. It really doesn't matter what the problem is. Hell, Ross's house wasn't even built to have central heat and air. So that when they went to replace their system, nobody would take the job. Mills Air took it, and they killed it for them. Not to mention Deb's mom got saved by the guys over at Mills Air. That's what they do, man. Their techs are awesome. They can service every brand out there. Don't worry worry about what you have. And they're Carrier Factory authorized dealers. That's awesome because that could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call these guys today and schedule that appointment. It's 407-277-1159. Find them online easily at millsair.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get your second month free for a limited time. You'll get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month. Here's Veronica and Jackie, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
And now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free when they use promo code FREE. Just call, click, or bring a bill and see what you can save. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and use code SECONDFREE to get a free second month. Real people paid to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. Do me a favor. Join the Monsters along with Savannah, the Queen of Gators. We'll be broadcasting our show live from Gatorland, and that's Friday the 16th. We're also going to be celebrating Gatorpalooza Fun Fest on May the 17th and 18th. It's Gatorpalooza. They're going to feature music, DJs, food, vendors, artisans. They're going to have games, giveaways, and it's the 5th annual Gatorland Florida Man Challenge on Saturday. Best of all, this extra fun is included in your regular admission, and Florida residents save half off. It's Gatorland's way to give back to the community.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Are you worried about long-term injuries after an accident? I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Before you settle, know your rights and know your options. Visit justcallmo.com. Let's make sure you're covered. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Mornings are unpredictable. But West 2 News Sunrise can get your day started on the right track.
We have team coverage this morning
with breaking news and what's happening now.
Breaking this morning, investigators.
Central Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Central Florida is under a first warning severe weather warning day.
And up-to-the-minute traffic to simplify your morning commute.
Impacting traffic exiting at that ramp this morning.
Jason, Meredith, Sonica, Kellyanne, and Megan. West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
No one takes it into Hollywood like Access Hollywood.
I love it.
The biggest stars on the red carpet.
What do you expect?
The hottest trends.
Very modern.
Dominating your feeds. And the artists and athletes shaping pop culture. From awards season to every season.
Here at Yankee Stadium.
Kid Scout Zuri and I are giving you all the access you want.
Are you kidding?
Access Hollywood. Please join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, Jimmy, you were talking about Alcatraz. Something that I don't know if you're going to bring up because I had to meet the radio. Alcatraz makes $60 million a year in tourism tax because it is part of the national park system.
Yeah.
Instead, he wants to spend money to repair it and turn it into a prison. So not only are you losing the revenue from it being a park, you're also costing money.
Yeah, I think Gavin Newsom, who is the governor of California, has already kind of addressed that a little bit, saying that, obviously it seems to be a far-fetched idea. I don't really even react to stuff like that anymore with him because it's just the nature of how he kind of thinks. He just fires anything off at any given point. So you have to wait a month to see how serious he is because he can just have these stream of thoughts and just send it out. And of course, the news media is going to pick it up and do everything he says. So.
And it does seem like a distraction. And how does this affect me? No, I'm not paying attention to it because it might just go away.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it's the same thing with this military parade thing they're talking about. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
Yeah, $100 million for a military parade that's going to be like coincidentally right next to his birthday. And I'm like, I thought we were saving money during this administration. Not spending $100 million to ride our planes by. Is there a big question that we have the biggest military in the world? Is that a question? Do you need to see it?
We're very efficient.
That's something
making
they do.
Government efficient.
That's something they do in like Cuba and North Korea,
yeah,
right?
That's exactly what they do. Now, look, can I tell you? I think here in the U.S. historically they've done it a few times, but I don't think it's been done for decades. Matter of fact, not since I've been alive they've not done that. I mean, it's $100 million. And they had to talk about getting the tanks there because the tanks are going to tear the road up. They would have to repave that. That would be more. So, again, I thought we were saving money, not spending money. But we'll see how it goes. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 5 o'clock keyword is WIN, W-I-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. WIN is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Jack.
Yep.
Alejandro's here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me once again.
Good to see you as always, buddy. I got another one to come up with you in a second. I just saw an interview with the, do you know who Tommy Lee is?
Tommy Lee?
Yeah. Do you know who Tommy Lee is?
The actor?
No. That's Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Or Tommy Lee. There was an actor, Tommy Lee, in a boat porn video.
Oh, yeah. Pamela Anderson.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the Tommy Lee we were talking about.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, he was just talking about, I just saw him in an interview, and I don't even know why I'm bringing this up because I really hadn't planned on talking about it right now, that post Motley Crue while in L.A., and I guess between or during his marriages or whatever, that he was regularly being paid to go out with women. Like regularly, women would pay a fee to go on a date with Tommy Lee. And if he says, if it was dinner, it was dinner. If it was other stuff, it was other stuff.
I believe it.
So he said he was doing an interview with Theo Vaughn, and Theo Vaughn looks at him and says, "So you're a hooker?" And he actually just started laughing out loud. He goes, "Yeah, I guess I am. I guess I was a hooker for a little while."
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I wouldn't doubt it. That rock and roll lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
You've watched that movie, the Motley Crue movie?
Yeah. It's you can only imagine.
Was it done out of a need for cash or just because he was boredom and he had nothing going on?
I can't imagine it would be. I mean, Motley Crue was a very popular band, but
who knows what legal, what he had rights to and what he saved.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think Nikki Sixx, the bass player, the founder of the band, is a guy who writes like most of those songs.
Right.
All right. So, I mean, I don't know who wrote what, but I mean, depending on your writing credits on those songs.
That's where the money is.
Yeah, that is where the money is.
Yeah.
That and touring. And of course, we know they don't do that anymore. And I think they sold the rights to that video. And I know they made a bunch of, because if you'll remember, they had to co-op that video cell. because in California, it was not illegal to steal someone's own personal property and then use it against them. That's not against the law. Remember?
Right.
That guy stole that tape out of their house.
Workmen, guys doing work on their house,
Yes.
stole it from their safe? Or
Yeah, stole it and then sold it,
Yeah.
and they had nothing to do. So what they had to do is like go into they had to go into business with the people who stole this tape and put all that out there, and I think they made quite a bit of money on that. And again, I don't know what this guy's lifestyle is like now. Back in the day, he was a complete maniac. I think he's relatively sober now. He looks good.
But I mean, if you're going to live that lifestyle and already date these groupies, might as well put a bid on it.
Yeah, I guess.
Go with more wealthy ones, make some money out of it. If you're going to live that lifestyle, get paid to do it.
Could you do that? Could you have somebody, like I've always thought about, I hear guys talking about like, being with hookers and stuff. And, I know a few dudes in my past, not here recently, that did pay to have sex with a prostitute.
Way to give them some coverage.
Yeah. And I remember them saying, like, I would ask, like, how do you do that? Like, that's not uncomfortable for you. Don't you want the woman to desire you for you? Like, you can just pay somebody and then do it and then just kind of leave and that's okay. He goes, yeah, it was no problem with me. And I was like, I find that to be the weirdest thing. And I would think it would be the exact same if you were like a gigolo, which is, of course, like a male hooker. It would be weird to have sex with a woman who paid you to have sex with them.
I mean, not that I'm defending. I've never paid like exactly for that. But does the dinner and the wine and the taking it out to a nightclub to get the same thing, doesn't it count as payment in some sort of, I mean, what are you doing?
So, okay, hold on for it. Let's make it, because I think you may have a point there, but here's my point, is if you go into the deal, like in other, like,
It's transactional.
Like if I'm asking somebody out and I go, hey, you want to go out to dinner and maybe catch a movie or go bowling or something? Sure, that sounds fun. Let's do it. And then if we wind up having sex, that's just what happened.
But that wasn't your intention from the beginning?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
But if I look at this woman and go, hey, about this, I'm going to take you to dinner. We're going to have some great wine, great dinner. We're going to go bowling. Then we're going to go back to your house and we're going to have sex. And this is, for your troubles, here's $300. That's an expected outcome. Like when you go out on a date as a normal person, are you always expecting to have sex on a date? Like if you ask a girl out and it was like your third or fourth date, and you were going out and you'd had great dates before then, just very easy dates, maybe going on Disney Springs, maybe going out downtown just to a couple bars or walking around and talking, and then on that fourth date you go out. I mean, is there a point where you expect sex?
No, not necessarily. But when you're in your 20s, yeah, you want to get there as fast as possible. You don't want a third or fourth date. This is diminishing, return on investment.
Are you not dating somebody to find somebody to be with? Or are you just dating somebody to bang?
At that age, no, I never thought I was going to get married.
Really? That's so funny. I looked at it completely different. I was looking for a life partner at 23 years old.
It's the Miami lifestyle, You go to nightclubs and you meet girls and it's that rock and roll lifestyle, like I'm saying.
Yeah.
And no, I never
But if you had that deal, like where people looked at you and go, okay, well, we know you're famous, you're very unique. Downstairs, you're doing just fine. You're going to be able to provide all the whim that you need there. I mean, and a woman came up and said, I will pay you $500 to have sex with me. You had no connections. You weren't married. No, nothing like that. Nothing stopping you.
And I'm attracted to her. That's the thing.
Hookers don't get to make that choice.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. And dudes wouldn't be able to either. You would have to do it. Like you're a hooker. That's what you do.
No.
You would have to do it.
No, you don't have to do anything. But if I get my choice and the $500, it's a win-win. If I could say yes to you, not to you, yes to you, not to you, and it's it's a tall blonde, and she pays me $500. In my head, I'm like, I would have done it for free, but now I could gamble more.
Same with you, Jack. Is that because I will tell you, for me, it's weird. Like I don't think I could do that. Like, and I know that I'm not, and I promise you, I'm not trying to be a holier than thou thing. No. But I will promise you, my brain doesn't work like that. So what I'm saying is, if somebody came up and they said, hey, look, I find you very attractive. You're not with anybody. I'm not with anybody. I don't really want to go out on dates to kind of build up to having sex. I just like to have sex with you. Here's $500. Will you sleep with me? I would immediately say no, even if they were attractive. I wouldn't care about it. It wouldn't hit me like that. I need that person to find me attractive. I need to know that you're into me.
Oh, I'm making $500 that night.
But they do find you attractive.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, they don't.
They do find that's why they're offering you the money.
No, you don't know.
No, they just want to do it. They just want to. They just want to do it. They just want to do it because of who you are.
No,
you're an attractive person.
Yeah, they are attracted to you in some way, shape, or form and offer to pay you $500 for it.
Maybe they just heard I'm good at it.
Okay. Word of mouth is the best advertising.
Okay,
all right.
Think about the Tommy Lee thing. They watch the video. They see Tommy Lee is packing. They see, another beautiful woman, Pamela Anderson, and they're doing the whole thing. He looks, and the woman just says, "Hey, look, that looks like a fun roller coaster. I want to pay to be on that ride." Right. And I walk up to Tommy Lee. "Hey, saw the video. Love your work. How about $1,000 for the same experience for me?" And maybe she's not exactly like a Pamela Anderson, but she's not that bad.
Right.
Do you do it? Just for the $1,000, you do it?
Yeah, just for the $1,000. I would have done it for free.
Yeah, well,
the $1,000 just says added bonus.
He's not wrong. Throw in a meal.
Yeah.
You guys are the worst people.
Are we though?
So if
do you think most of our audience? Let's do this. Put out a question of the day.
There we go.
Okay, so how would we phrase this?
This is going to be a tough one.
How do we phrase this?
Okay, Jimmy. So it would make me a better man if I said, no, your money's no good here.
I'm being facetious and trying to make myself look better. Shut up. No, I don't. For some reason in my psyche, I need the person to find me attractive outside of going, "Hey, I saw you in a video. Looks like you can get down. I got $1,000. You ready to go?" That would not. I don't know if I'd be able to perform.
Okay.
I really don't. I'm being honest.
Well, I think there's more pressure on the guy. If you're being paid, then it's like, you
got to bring it.
There's a certain bar level you got to achieve.
But then
you can't have an off night.
But the woman's not paying $1,000 for sex and then going out and telling her friends, "Hey, look, I paid this guy for $1,000 for a piece of ass and he was lame."
So what's the question?
Nobody's admitting paying $1,000 to get laid.
Our questions in our poll definitely work better. My wife just posted, "So proud," in the chat. only $500 only. So proud.
Oh, it worked.
Oh, geez. Anyway, the question going up in the YouTube poll, where my wife is now chatting, it works better if it applies to male and female.
That's fine. But
would you sleep with someone for $500 if you were available, if you were single?
Out of nowhere. Okay. You don't know this person. You've never met this person.
Yeah, like an indecent proposal type of thing.
This is not a proposal. This is just them wanting to see how good you are at sex. Let's make it $1,000. 500. Well, make it 500.
Would it a stranger? Does it have to be a stranger?
I mean, it doesn't have to be. Let me.
Sleep with someone.
You may have to have a little. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of. You can't say notoriety because, I mean, the lady, because the Tommy Lee thing only works because it's Tommy Lee. That's the reason they want to him, because they know what he has. So they want to experience that. They've seen him in action. I don't have a portfolio. I don't have a porn resume.
So in this interview, he said that it was after the video? Because this could have been before the video.
No. Theo Vaughn is just a recent guy.
I know, but
no.
Tommy Lee was doing this after the video came out?
Yes,
okay, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. Before it was Heather Locklear he was married
Heather
to?
Locklear,
Okay, so the question will be, if you were single, would you sleep with someone for $500?
Right, if they ask you out of nowhere, but it's got to be an anonymous person for $500.
Oh, you and your qualifiers. So it's not someone, it's a stranger. Sleep with
but stranger. I mean, but you got to let them know they're clean. I mean, they're clean. You're not going to catch anything. It's not a bum or anything like that.
Okay,
it's important.
Yeah, that's why I said no, not a stranger. I wouldn't do it for $500.
If you'd like to answer our very wordy question, go to
Jack, put it up the way you think it'll work.
Jim
My
Colbert
God.
Show on YouTube.
You're such a pain in my ass.
Put it in Spanish.
It is Cinco de Mayo. We should have it bilingual.
Alejandro would do it for a damn margarita, it seems.
Hey, why not?
Don't answer.
It's posted.
I'm trying to help you.
It's posted.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Emergency crews are working on that accident affecting all lanes on John Young Parkway near State Road 408. There's a crash on State Road 46 eastbound near State Road 453. Multiple lanes are blocked there. Traffic slowing down on all the major roadways. There's an accident On Florida's Turnpike, slowing down traffic southbound near Hancock Road. You can expect your regular delays on I-4 this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
The Jim Colbert Show question of the day. We just talked about it. It's in the YouTube chat. You go to YouTube, you search Jim Colbert Show. You can watch the show there, take part in our chat, and get responded to by my lovely wife in the chat. The question of the day is brought to you today by the Home Builders Network. That's HBNUSA.com, and that's our buddy Mike, the home builder. Great guy, someone you can trust when it comes to doing the big jobs around your house. Maybe it's replacing a window or putting in a new front door, gutters with covers, or maybe, like it was for me 2 years ago, it was a new roof. Didn't want a new roof, had to get a new roof, but I knew who to go to. It was HBNUSA.com, the Home Builders Network. They've been nominated for Best Windows and Doors, also a recent Best of Florida nominee for Best Roofing Contractor. The website, HBNUSA.com.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
When disaster strikes your home or business, you need more than a quick fix. You need a team you can count on. You need Paul Davis Restoration. From storm and water damage to fire, smoke, or mold, Paul Davis is ready 24/7 with the experience and care to get life back on track. They dry, clean, repair, and restore. Fast, professional, and reliable every step of the way. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of Central Florida at 407-629-6700. When things go wrong, we do what's right.
Mornings are unpredictable. But West 2 News Sunrise can get your day started on the right track.
We have team coverage this morning
with breaking news and what's happening now.
Breaking this morning, investigators.
Central Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Central Florida is under a first warning severe weather warning day.
And up-to-the-minute traffic to simplify your morning commute.
Impacting traffic exiting at that ramp this morning.
Jason, Meredith, Sonica, Kellyanne, and Megan. West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
No one takes you into Hollywood like Access Hollywood.
I love it.
The biggest stars on the red carpet.
What do you expect?
The hottest trends.
Very modern.
Dominating your feeds. And the artists and athletes shaping pop culture. From awards season to every season.
Here at Yankee Stadium.
Kid Scout Zuri and I are giving you all the access you want.
Are you kidding?
Access Hollywood. Please join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. Since 1999, May has been designated as National Military Appreciation Month with its 5 military observances. It's a time to show appreciation for our troops and everything they do. Navy Federal has proudly served the military community for more than 90 years, and our employees are part of the community we serve. Many are military family members, reservists, or veterans themselves. Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored every day and every May. So from all of us at Navy Federal, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Tariffs and your money? Well, we just offered our thoughts on the most recent episode of the How to Money podcast.
Let's say you do live in a state that gives you a tax break on $529. That's great, but don't invest those dollars once you put them in.
We're all about investing in a 529 plan. Typically, right, you want that tax-advantaged money to grow. But as you get close to needing to spend the money, de-risking is crucial.
In uncertain financial times, How to Money is here to help. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and start listening today.
Eustace Roofing. New roof, no mess.
This is the Jim Colbert Show on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube, and right here on Real Radio 104.1. Still to come, legal stories and more with Ray Trendley from TK Law. Today at 6:20 on the Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, coming back at you about the mouth guard. Yep, I've been using one for probably 8 years. Went to my dentist. They actually take a mold of the mouth. It's a no-brainer. They send it out to California. That's where they make them, this particular one. But yeah, around $1,200 retail, but it's an investment in your health. Spend the money. Stay away from the store-bought ones. Get something that's made for you.
Yeah.
Aloha.
Aloha, brother. He's right. If you're going to do it, you got to do it, because the money you'll spend, you'll buy 3 or 4 or 5 of the other ones and chew through them or whatever. These acrylic ones are made for it. It is a lifetime product, and they tell you right up front.
Just don't leave it out where your pet can get it.
Do not do that, because it will get it. Yeah. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 5 o'clock keyword is WIN, W-I-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. I'm Jim. There's Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Alejandro's here as well.
Hola.
Thinking about where I'm going to go out for a marg tonight. I'm definitely getting at least one margarita tonight. I just don't know where yet.
As you should.
Any suggestions? I don't think I'm going to your side of town, Alejandro. I think I'm going to stay on this side of town. Jack, you know any places around here?
Was that a Hispanic slam or something?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant 100%. I think
On Cinco de Mayo.
anybody would know that. But he lives a little farther away. That's why it's so sweet for him to stay and help us out, because he's got a 40-minute drive when he gets out of here.
Yeah.
Or more.
Right, and today I actually went home after the morning show, took a nap, and came back, so I could, because I knew I had to do the news. I was a little scared.
He wanted to be refreshed.
Yes.
Very good. So Target made an announcement today. And the thing is you kind of wondered what the lifespan of this was going to be when they kind of introduced it. And you saw these things kind of sneak into the retail space, and then all of a sudden people are like, that seems pretty cool. It seems pretty cool. Then those numbers started coming in, and people are like, well, maybe the convenience isn't worth this. Maybe something isn't right here. But Target announced today they are pulling out of a particular part of their retail store.
Self-checkout?
Yeah, self-checkout is gone.
I hated it.
Yeah, and let me tell you, do you know why they say they're doing it? Of course, this is a bit of a political thing, because one side wants people to believe that Target is suffering because of political repercussions, and I'm not saying they're not.
Isn't it theft?
Yeah, it is theft.
Yeah,
100% it's theft.
I've overheard other I'll tell you, I was at Lowe's and I overheard workers talking about how they were reducing it because of theft in a lot of places.
And I'll tell you, the one thing about the home goods stores that is even crazier is the fact that they have gone to almost a zero cashier layout. Because I'm telling you, when you go into Lowe's specifically, I haven't been into a Home Depot in a little bit, but there's a Lowe's near there, and I use Ace whenever I can, but they don't do self-checkout at Ace anytime. But sometimes sometimes you can't get stuff there, that you can get at the other store. But man, I was in Lowe's recently buying, I forget what it was, a piece of lumber, I believe, and I remember going up to the thing. I was like, man, there's nowhere I can check this out unless you're in the pro contractor area down by the building section. That's it. Everything is self-checkout. They don't even offer somebody to help you out. I mean, they have an employee that stands there and helps you through it if you kind of get stuck. And I mean, it is relatively easy because they give you the gun and you go, boom, and you're done. But still, I mean,
it's for some reason, I don't mind it in the home improvement stores, but in the grocery store, not interested. Unless I got a couple items, I just know I can do it fast. I like that aspect. But if there's a larger thing, I cannot, I'll tell you one thing, I cannot self-checkout more quickly than you can at Aldi.
See that? Oh, yeah.
They are fast.
Yeah, they're really fast. And I would agree. Target, I believe, does have the biggest problem with this. And I've been into Walmarts, I've been into Targets, I've been into other retail areas, and there is zero question. For some reason, people who shop at Target want that self-checkout. The line for that thing is always really, I think it's because most go in there and probably buy 4 or 5 or 6 items. You know, even with the grocery store aspect of Targets now, I don't see many people going in there and using it as a grocery store like they do with Walmart, where you can go into Walmart and just shop for groceries and never go to the other side of the store to buy any of the sundries or other goods. You know, you just stay on that side.
Right, but they say they're losing a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And a lot of it, I'm sure, even people are good. A lot of it is, I didn't count everything or I didn't see it. But people go there with that in mind already. I mean, I've heard people that say, this is my payment for being a cash register today.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the work.
Oh, it's like you expect us to perform a job that we were never trained for.
Yeah, exactly. And it says here they're dealing with other, when a retailer uses the word staggering, they're already dealing with staggeringly big numbers. And when they say a staggering number, how much do you think they lost in 2023? This is just Target.
Lost.
$150 million.
Million? No, I would say 300,000.
$500 million.
Oh.
$500 million.
Yeah, I'd rip those damn things out, too.
In losses because, and they attribute that to the self-checkout people going in there. They busted just one lady in California over a 2-year period had stolen $60,000 in goods because she would go up and buy just enough stuff and then she would put a single in the machine like she was paying for it, and then after she would do that, she would just walk out while the thing was doing the computations to give her a receipt or tell her she needed more money or whatever. She would just pick up and leave, and they finally busted her. $60,000. I had a family member that worked at one of the big box stores, and they told them to their face, even if somebody loads up one of those flat carts and you know they didn't pay for it, and they walk out that door, don't say a word. You call the cops, you try to get a description, and you make a notation. You don't go out and try to get a picture of their license plate. You don't stop them. You don't talk to them. You don't ask them anything. Well, the word got out.
Yeah.
That happened. And he was telling me that one of the stores that he knew that he visited a lot, he would talk to the employees because he could see them often enough. And he's like, is that really the deal? He goes, man, everybody knows that. Everybody will just come in and just put stuff on a pallet and just leave. Like they were getting 2 or 3 a day. And people stealing like miter saws. They're not coming in for plastic bags and bleach. They're stealing like big time stuff. That's why if you go into a lot of the big box stores now that specifically deal with home improvement, a lot of that stuff is like locked up in cages now. They'll have the display out. And then when you want to get the product, you have to call an employee over. They open up that gated area and then go in there and get your drill or your saw or whatever.
Yeah, but once you get your drill or your saw, whatever,
you can still just haul ass.
How do you pay for it?
I guess he's supposed to walk you to the register.
How do you pay for it? Because like you said,
you just keep going. They're like, right here, sir. Sir, no, right here. Sir, come back. Sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
They should just immediately make you like scan your driver's license or something the minute you even get it out of the cage. And like in California, look, when we were in California, and where else did I see this? God, where was it else? It was
New Mexico.
No, it was California and somewhere else. We were out there. I think it was maybe just California. You just go into a CVS. 75% of the stuff is behind plexiglass. 75%. It started with like razor blades and stuff like that, but I'm telling you out there, more than half the store was secured so that you could have to ask somebody to come get it for you. That's how bad it was.
Yeah,
like the shoplifting is just ridiculous.
Once you do get it for them, what do you do after that?
Yeah, it's nothing. You're not gonna roll the life dice for a can of Barbasol.
Not for minimum wage.
Yeah, not for minimum wage.
Why are razor blades so expensive?
I don't know. That's a good question, but they are very expensive. You know what else is really expensive?
What's that?
You know what I can't believe they don't have behind there is vanilla beans. Do you know how much?
He's laughing. Alejandro's laughing at you.
What do you think costs more, a 12-pack of beer or a vanilla bean?
What is a vanilla bean?
You know what vanilla is, right?
I know vanilla extract.
Vanilla comes from a bean.
Right.
It looks like it's a long, it looks like a string bean, but it's dark and black. And what you do is you strip it open and then go inside and with a knife you scrape the vanilla out of there, and that's where you get vanilla from.
To do what with it?
To cook with. To make cookies or bake or something like that, right?
Okay.
How about, go when you go to the store next time, I'm not joking, when you go to the store next time, right, go to the spices, go to the area where the spices are, and find that jar. I think McCormick sells it, or Spice Island, I can't remember, and it's a jar with one vanilla bean in it. How much do you think that is?
Well, if you say a 12-pack, I don't know, $9.99?
It's like 12 or, it's actually, but I think it's $19 or $25 for one bean. Dude, also the medicines back in the day. When I worked at Winn-Dixie back in the day, we would have to kind of patrol the aisle because kids would steal Clearasil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff like that. They would steal it and then sell it in school.
Got to get those pimples, baby.
Yeah, man, that happened all the time. All the stuff that's small and expensive, they would find a way they would put it somewhere it would be hard to steal because it would, again, very easy to kind of pack away and it costs money.
Yeah, that's why I saw a lot of them is behind the register and customer service or whatever that you have to ask for it.
Yeah, but they're blowing it out. I guess Walmart's also looking at kind of moving down to kind of making these self-checkouts less prevalent, because they went through this whole stretch. I think Publix did it as well. They went through this entire stretch where they were tearing out registers to put in these self-checkout areas. And now, I don't think the ones at Publix get used all that much. Not the one I go to. Occasionally, I'll use it if I have 2 or 3 items. For the most part, I got going through a line.
The one I get to seems to have relative steady business in their self-checkout area. But it's like a little U of them, a area, and one person, like a traffic cop standing in the middle, watching them all.
Do that Target up in Altamont's got 9 or 10 of them. It's either 8 or 10 in a row right there, right beside each other. It says here Dollar General's even scaling back with their self-checkout, which I didn't even know they offered. Five Below also is doing it as well because they're saying that the National Retail Foundation is saying that $112.1 billion in 2022 around all companies, they can attribute to losses of some sort to the self-checkout stuff.
Yeah, what did they think was going to happen? The Publix by my house just got them this year, and now Wawa has self-checkout registers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, they have them there, and
really,
and most of them, and
you can't get your cigarettes. No, you're not getting smokes in there.
A lot of McDonald's too
have self-checkout.
Yeah, you put the order.
Oh, yeah, you just
and you pay for it.
Yeah, and you just go get it. Yeah.
And then they just call your number and you get it. You don't have to talk to anybody.
Dude, nobody in my family orders at the register anymore. Nobody. I'm the only guy that does that. I talked about getting subs the other night. And I'm like, I was talking to my daughter. I'm like, send me your order. I'll pick you up a sub. She goes, Dad, what are you doing? I go, what? I'm just going to drop by and get some subs. You don't want subs? She goes, no, it's not that. She goes, I'll text the order in. It'll be waiting on you when you get there. I'm like, you don't want to talk to the person? You don't want to talk to the nice lady from Czechoslovakia that's making your sandwich at the rate that you can't even imagine that slow could happen? She started laughing. She goes, we don't ever do anything. When they go get smoothies, they call it in.
Yeah.
Everything, dude. Nobody talks to anybody anymore.
No, the Chick-fil-A, everybody has an app.
That's
and you
right.
order through the app, and it's waiting for you.
It's just right there. No, there's no communication. There's no talking. It's just the app you pull up. Like even lunch meat. Like you go to the area over there in Publix, and people just pull up and they get their lunch meat order, and they just walk out. Nobody talks to anybody. Nobody does anything.
No.
They just pick up their food and leave.
Yeah.
It seems so weird.
They talk to Siri. Or Alexa or whatever.
But I got to tell you, man, Jack's got me on that Siri thing, man.
Yeah,
I'm getting very good at the Siri thing because
Are you?
Well, I do a lot of business when I'm on the road, so do a lot of phone calls and texting and catching up on stuff when I'm on the road. And of course, instead of looking over, Jack said he's been using that Siri thing. I'm like, what's this? And I'm like, Siri call, Siri text, Siri check, Siri this. I'm going crazy with it. It's very convenient.
Yeah, Jack doesn't even text. He's here like, good morning, coma.
Right. Yeah.
How
And that's
are
the
you?
thing.
Question mark.
You have to remember, when you are leaving a voicemail, do not announce your punctuation.
No way?
Well, you do it when you're leaving a text message. You're like, period, or question mark, this and that. But if you're calling, you're leaving a message. It's funny. We occasionally have a talk back every once in a while, and there go, and that's what I'm talking about, Jim. Period. It's like
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm too old-fashioned. I think I was born like 50 years too late.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
You are, yeah.
How old are you? Never mentioned.
44.
44.
My age. All right.
Jack, shut up.
Anyway.
Nobody believes it. Shut up. Why would you even waste your breath?
I think
Why would you even say that?
there's someone out there. There's someone out there who believes it.
Nobody out there.
There's someone out there who believes
although at Boozy Brunch this weekend, we did stand face to face, and I had to tell people that Jack was 8 months older, and there was an audible gasp in the room. There was a like I just shot him in the face.
That was a fun moment.
Yeah,
he keeps himself together, He looks young.
He has that little gray hair he had in his beard. It took 55 years to get that there.
Yeah.
I've contended for years he dyes his hair. He says he doesn't. I have to believe him.
I do not.
I think he wanted to strike.
I'm too cheap for that. You know what it costs for that?
Yeah.
I thought he wanted to strike to get me back into iHeart because the day I came back, I saw him and he had that beard and the long hair, and I'm like, I didn't even recognize him. I was like, what happened?
I said, I'm not shaving till Alejandro gets back.
He said it's going to take a move of Jesus to get you back, so he figured he'd start looking like him.
There you go.
The hair is growing until Ross shows up.
All right. Yeah, very nice. By the way, did we make that announcement yet?
No. You're so bad at this. You are so bad
The disappointment. No. You just did.
Okay.
I made the announcement at Boozy Brunch.
I will tell you, on Wednesday, we normally talk to Ross, right?
Yes.
He is actually coming in studio for his segment on Wednesday.
Very nice. Well, we'll see him Wednesday then.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to him then.
Yeah.
About his new baby. What?
Horrible. Horrible.
All right. We'll take a little break. Load him up. It's time for trivia.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I weigh myself about once a week, and I'm butt naked on the scale.
I did it the other day, also butt naked, but I had my phone in my hand, and I'm like, obviously.
20-pound phone. Yeah, that's adding a
This
lot to
is
the 20-pound
why.
phone.
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent.
Florida men's hoops is nearing a deal to open their national title defense against Arizona in Vegas as part of an early November doubleheader. 24/7 Sports ranks Florida State among the 15 top college football programs of all time, finishing ahead of rivals Florida and Miami based on winning percentage. And former U.S. swimmer Gary Hall Jr. had his 10 Olympic medals replaced by the IOC after he lost them in the LA wildfires. I'm Scott Davidson.
At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Hey guys, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at the Nickley Group. Man, real estate market is always changing, especially now more than ever. Nickley Group has an entire team of local market experts to guide you every single step of the way and help you decide when might be the perfect time for you to buy or sell. And look, man, we know that real estate market trends are a really local thing. Your house here in Central Florida is going to be way different than having that same house in, let's say, Evansville, Indiana. Here in Central Florida, I don't know if you read this past weekend, home prices still surging here. That's why you need a great team to make sure you maximize the value of your biggest asset, that is your home, and the Nickley Group does that in spades. Guys, 4,500 homes sold here in Central Florida, not to mention 4,000 five-star reviews, and they get about 6% more for your home than their competitors, and they do that twice as fast. And the real estate, their VIP program is crazy, like free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving trucks and supplies. You can even get a guaranteed cash offer for your home right there on their website. That means you don't go through showings, you don't have any open houses, and you can close in as little as 14 days. You simply can't beat these guys. Log on and learn more about them, and then hire these guys to either sell your house or find that home of your dreams. They can do it. It's thenickley.com. That's NICKLEY group.com.
Hey guys, not feeling like yourself? Visit Game Day Men's Health, one of the nation's largest men's health clinics, specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED treatments, medical weight loss, and shockwave therapy, with locations in Winter Park, Lake Mary, and downtown. They can create a customized game plan for you. Set up your free testosterone test and consultation. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Mention 104.1 and get a second service free when you buy one. Game Day Men's Health, helping men perform and feel their best.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll, safety's the goal.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here, and I've got great news. The Filatowski Eye Institute is now offering a free LASIK exam to see if you're a candidate, plus $500 off each eye when you elect a procedure. That's $1,000 off your surgery, but it's for a limited time only. Ditch those glasses because this offer won't last. Simply dial pound 250 and say Better Vision. That way you can schedule your appointment today. That's pound 250 and say Better Vision. The Filatowski Eye Institute. Trusted, local, life-changing.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite, life-changing dentistry.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, we got you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit us online to schedule your repair. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. Do me a favor. Join the Monsters along with Savannah, the Queen of Gators. We'll be broadcasting our show live from Gatorland, and that's Friday the 16th. We're also going to be celebrating Gatorpalooza Fun Fest on May the 17th and 18th. It's Gatorpalooza. They're going to feature music, DJs, food, vendors, artisans. They're going to have games, giveaways, and it's the 5th annual Gatorland Florida Man Challenge on Saturday. Best of all, this extra fun is included in your regular admission, and Florida residents save half off. It's Gatorland's way to give back to the community.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1, your 5 o'clock keyword. You got about 10 minutes or so, guys. It's WIN, W-I-N. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Jack.
Yo.
Alejandro's here as well.
Yes, sir.
And somebody over there has the old Jackie sack.
All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Look at it, Glack. Look at it, Glack.
Not too bad, buddy. All right, here we go. We have some cool prizes all week long. And it's huge.
It is huge.
Each and every day. It's almost like a Sophie's Choice. The winner gets to pick a prize, but that means they have to not pick one of the prizes, right? So
yes.
It's either tickets to see one of the greatest bands in the world, AC/DC, at Raymond James Stadium, Friday, May 16th. That's over in Tampa. Or the other prize, tickets to see John Mulaney at the Dr. Phillips Center on December 11th. That show has sold out. That show sold out in days. We've got 5 pair of tickets to give away this week
that we could sell for about $5,000 a piece if we wanted to.
But we are not.
The demand is beyond right now for that show.
And because the demand is so high, they were able to add a second show December 10th. I believe that is nearly sold out. So if you want John Mulaney tickets, you want to buy them, you better get your butt to drphillipscenter.org and get your tickets for December 10th. However, we all week long are giving away John Mulaney tickets to the December 11th sold-out show this week on the Jim Colbert Show. Those are the prizes we have for Jim Colbert Show trivia.
Very nice. Appreciate that very much. Alejandro!
Let's go to line 3.
Line 3, that is Tony. Tony, how you doing?
How's it going, buddy? Happy Cinco de Mayo.
I love it, man. Happy Cinco de Mayo to you as well. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Is he the puzzle master? Or is he the guy who's currently writing today's game? Can he be both? Let's find out. It's time for JCS Trivia.
All right, Tony, this is a real easy game, boss. Got a question here for you with 4 answers, but one of these answers is not true. It is a lie. If you can find that one, I'll send you over to the Jackie Sack where you can't lose, buddy. Whatever you choose over there is going to be a stone cold winner. Whether it be Mulaney tickets or AC/DC, you simply can't do poorly this week. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Here we go. It is Cinco de Mayo, right? Here are 3 fun facts about Mexico and 1 piñata of a lie. Here we go, buddy. We're talking about Mexico. Which one of these is untrue? You ready?
Let's go.
Here we go. Number 1, although the sombrero is associated with Mexico, it actually originated in Greece. Number 2, Mexico exports the most beer of any other country on earth. Number 3, Mexico is home to America's very first printing press. Or lastly, Mexico's national animal is the golden eagle. Which of those is a lie?
Number 3.
No, that's absolutely true. Mexico is home to America's first printing press. North America.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, nailed it.
I knew it.
One, two.
Someone's going to fall in that trap.
Number 5, Heather.
Oh, geez, Heather.
Heather, how you doing? Flying a fighter plane? You just said something in Star Wars speak.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
It is May the 5th, so.
Don't worry about it. You got it.
May the 5th be with you.
All right, Heather, we're talking about Mexico here. Which one of these isn't true? Number 1, although the sombrero is associated with Mexico, it actually originated in Greece. Number 2, Mexico exports the most beer of any other country on earth. Or lastly, Mexico's national animal is the golden eagle.
One.
No, that's absolutely true. Mexico's national animal is the golden eagle.
Sorry, Heather. Over.
All right. Very good. All right. 1, 2, or 4?
1.
Let's go to 1. Brandon. Brandon, how you doing, boss?
I'm doing good, guys. How's it going?
Buddy, you're in a good position. I'm going to tell you, you got a 50-50 shot at going to one of the best Jackie Sacks we've offered this year. You ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Number 1, although the sombrero is associated with Mexico, it actually originated in Greece. Or lastly, Mexico exports the most beer of any other country on earth.
The last one is the lie.
No, that's absolutely true. Mexico is the world's number 1 exporter of beer. Number 1. I don't know if you noticed recently, but Modelo has become the number 1 brand on earth. The number 1 selling beer in America for sure. All right, buddy, it's Sophie's choice. 2 or 4?
Let's go with 2.
2. There you are. Xavier, how you doing?
Doing great, guys.
You're in a really good spot, buddy.
Oh, no, I know. I'm my birthday was on Saturday. I'm not going to say it was bad because, my wife made it good, but it was not the best birthday.
Oh, man, that's a bold choice to say that on the air where everybody can hear it.
Everybody else loves you. It's all good.
All right, very good. All right, buddy, you got a really good Jackie Sack. You're going to have to choose between John Mulaney tickets and AC/DC tickets. Tell me, is this true or not? Although the sombrero is associated with Mexico, it actually originated in Greece.
Oh, that's the biggest lie I ever heard.
It's a very big lie. Enjoy your prize, buddy, and thanks for playing.
Oh!
There you go, buddy. You're a winner. Put you on hold there. Xavier takes home a pair of tickets to either AC/DC or John Mulaney. And I'll tell you a little secret inside. Whichever they don't take, Jack will.
You are actually correct. So it's funny. I forgot that we put 5 players on hold. Only 4 of them get to use. So the last one isn't automatic. It's still a 50-50 choice.
Right.
And so it was, Alejandro had to make that. So let's see. That was line 2. Sorry, line 4.
Yeah, James, you got picked over. Alejandro really kind of screwed you here, buddy.
Yeah.
Really.
Blame it on the Cuban.
All right, a few other things you may not know about Mexico before we get to the top of the hour. Legally, it is the United States of Mexico.
Really?
It is. It is not just Mexico. Legally, it's the United States of Mexico.
I
wonder if I'd have put that, if anybody would have chosen that.
You should have.
Yeah.
I might have fell for that.
Yeah. The largest pyramid in the world is in Mexico, not Egypt. The pyramid in Cholula is the largest in the world.
That's another good one. Mexico has the largest pyramid in the world. Although I think we were talking about that last week.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't choose that, because we had Mexico City was built in a drained lake bed and is currently sinking up to 12 centimeters a year.
Wow.
And it's going to become a problem. Have you seen the problem they have with Venice? Right? Or is it Venice that floats?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen it lately? Dude, they're actually talking about raising that city because the water has risen 10 inches and it's sunk like 10, it's risen 12 and it's sank 10. So they're like, you can look at pictures now where like the city is, there's a foot of water. It's everywhere. It's crazy. Like it is legit crazy out there. The Christmas flower poinsettia originates in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. And then lastly here, Mexico City has the second most museums in the world at 170. Only one city on the planet has more museums than Mexico City. Where do you think that is?
New York.
No.
One city?
Paris.
Yeah.
Florence.
No.
Rome.
You're the closest.
The Vatican.
Yeah, what's closest?
Well, I mean, all of them are in that area. I
Yeah.
say the area, but London.
Oh.
It was in Europe.
Florence is closer to London
It's just-
than Rome.
I said in Europe. I don't know exactly where Florence is.
Yeah, neither do I.
It's a little
up.
Yeah, it's a little up. It's like if Italy was Florida, it would be Orlando.
Yeah. Mexico. Oh, really? That's interesting. Mexico City is the seventh largest city for population on the planet. I think 24 million people live in Mexico City.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a marvel. I've never been there, but I have a friend, an associate, a buddy I've known for a while, Joe Creech, who owns Hunger Street Tacos.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been to Hunger Street Tacos, Jesus, it's a completely different machine over there when you go to have tacos. It's a little costlier, but you will never experience anything like that. It's amazing on Fairbanks and I-4 there. But he's from Mexico City. He and his wife both. And he's a straight up like white dude like me. Looks just like me.
Did that used to be the Johnny Rivers place?
It did used to be Johnny Rivers. That was his original barbecue stand.
No, the original barbecue stand was that one.
You'd see that line going all the way down Fairbanks in the middle of the summer.
And everyone's like, what's the line for?
Yeah.
That's how the legend grew,
That's
right?
the best advertising you can have.
That line.
Yeah. And he says it's the most magnificent place on earth. I think they go back once or twice a year, every year. They love it. He says it's great. Great food scene, great. And he says it's a lot more safe than people give it credit for. And I don't believe him. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in one sec.
The Orlando Fringe starts May 13th, and we want to give Fringe performers a chance to promote their shows using the Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app during the Jim Colbert Show. 30 seconds of radio time to tell the world why they should come see your show. Get the details at realradio.fm/fringe.
There's a crash off to the shoulder on Florida's Turnpike southbound near the Greenway. An accident's getting cleared up on State Road 46 eastbound at State Road 453. Traffic slowing down on all the major roadways. The right lane's blocked on State Road 436 at Wilshire Boulevard. And just travel with caution on the roadways tonight. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $250 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends June 14th. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging LA. Do you know what being proactive instead of reactive means when it comes to your health and your long-term health care? Well, being proactive means you go to Life Imaging FLA, you get this free heart scan, and you can find out that your calcium score is super low and then live a nice, beautiful life with no worries that you're going to drop dead at any moment. Being reactive is the exact opposite of that. It's when you wait for a symptom and then you run to the doctor hoping and praying that they can fix you. Well, the great thing is that first option, that proactive option, we can do that one for you. Life Imaging FLA is all about that life. They want to make sure that you have the best health that you know you can have right there. And if you don't, that means you can start building a plan when you're young and you can beat these odds. No dyes. You don't take your clothes off and this thing only takes a few minutes. So don't wait. Do what I did, my wife, my in-laws did. They called Life Imaging FLA, got that free heart scan, just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. Here's why. Because early detection saves lives. Just pick up your phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today and take control of your long-term health care. You have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Real Radio Radio is kicking off the summer of laughs with the Monsters Night of Comedy. Join us Thursday, May 22nd for this epic night of laughs at the Funny Bone in Orlando. Hosted by Russ Rollins with the Angel of Boom DJing the event and headlined by Ryan Holmes. With special appearances by Ken Miller, Savannah Angelique, the Dancing Queen, and Daisy Del Toro. Get ready for an epic Monsters Night of Comedy Thursday, May 22nd. Special thanks to Mills Air. VIP and general admission tickets are on sale now at realradio.fm/comedy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France radio message. Craving an unforgettable destination where culture, history, architecture, romance, and the excellence of French gastronomy all meet? With Air France, Paris and all its delights have never been closer. From May 21st, make the most of our new Orlando International Airport nonstop flights to Paris. Elegance is a journey. Air France. See conditions on airfrance.us.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Insurance companies often play tough, offering you the bare minimum for your injuries. But why settle for less? With me, Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney, you pay nothing unless we win. Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Get Factory Direct custom-made impact windows installed before hurricane season starts. Hi, for Reese Windows and Doors, where they've been installing affordable, high-quality impact windows for over 50 years. At Reese, most impact windows are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks, and now you can win them for free. Just text the word WOW to 20129 for your chance to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Text WOW to 20129.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, HAPPY, H-A-P-P-Y, HAPPY. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Don't step to me, don't step to me, don't step to me. Hip.
People should have to pass a test in order to use self-checkout, especially at places like Costco and Sam's. It's ridiculous.
Hey, this is Dan from Daytona Culver Crew. Once again, awesome show. A lot of places now have cards that you take up and you ring out at the register, and you have to pay for it with the card. And then you just walk out with your stuff. Too many crackheads running out with it.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good.
Thanks, buddy.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jim Colbert. It's your favorite fan, Stan. Just want to thank you for today's topics. It really hit home. My wife and I left out of my cardiologist appointment today, and he wanted to recommend sleep study. On the way home, we listened to you, Mr. Jack, and Alejandro talking about this mouth guard. Looked over, my wife says, you know what? I'm going to do what Jim does. I don't need to do that study. She says, no, baby, you're going to listen to the doctor. That's the reason why we got the big green egg, because you always listen to what Jim said.
Well, you're smart.
Well, here's the deal.
I made some burnt ends on my egg this past weekend for that little get-together over at Code Blacks, and let's just say they did not last 10 minutes.
I'm sure I got an invite somewhere here.
No, I made sure of that.
I still don't see the invite.
Yeah.
However, back to Stan's sleep study. Get the sleep study. I did a sleep study too. You want to know if you have sleep apnea or not. I did not, but you want to be aware of the situation. But try the guard and see if you can get the guard before you go to a CPAP machine.
Right.
But having the information from a sleep study could be very beneficial.
It is, but I will tell you though, and I'm not trying to debunk the sleep study by any means, but every person I've ever known that went to one, it was the same exact outcome. You need a CPAP. Yeah, and
mine wasn't.
It wasn't?
I'm one. No.
Really?
I had to do one. I had it all wired up. I got to do it at home, but it said I was just borderline sleep apnea, right? It wasn't, it wasn't there.
What'd they suggest?
I don't remember. Why did I take it?
Oh,
I don't remember how I got
but
there.
I know that we had a couple of clients back in the day come through, and they were doing sleep studies either for mattress companies or something like that, and they would allow us to go do the sleep study if we were endorsing a certain company because we wanted to be able to see if we had it.
Yeah, it was definitely work related. Yeah,
definitely.
it was for
I think
that.
Russ did the same thing, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's not one where you went to a place to sleep. That would be weird for me.
I think Russ did that.
Yeah,
I think Russ literally went to a place around town, and a number of people have done it, and you stay overnight there, and they hook you up to myriad machines.
Yeah.
And then kind of give you all the information about your breathing patterns, how often you stop breathing, your oxygen saturation, all that stuff.
But I think technology has gotten better where now you can pretty much do the same thing at home. You just...
Like with an app?
You put the pads on it? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my watch is doing it right now.
That's so crazy, dude.
I did it at home too. The military sent me the thing, but I got totally wasted that day. Coincidentally,
alcohol's like one of the worst things for sleep.
When they got the results, they were like, "You need 2 machines. Like you're dying every 10 seconds.
That's great.
Like, how are you even alive?"
They should have sent you a defibrillator.
Yeah,
just to bring your ass back to life.
They were very worried about my results.
All right, welcome
I didn't
back.
tell them.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack and Alejandro are here as well. And your 6 o'clock keyword is happy, HAPPY. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Yeah, and here's the thing. Like, if people out there may wonder, like, well, I don't know if I have sleep apnea. Let me help you out a little bit. If you're in pretty good shape, like, if you're in pretty good shape, let's say I'm 6'2" and I weigh 218 or 217, something like that right now. Yeah. I probably should weigh around 200, so I'm about 18 pounds overweight for my frame size. That's what I've been told my entire life. But if you're on point with your weight and you're maybe just a little bit over, and you eat okay, and you exercise so much, and you don't really drink that much, and you are constantly tired, chances are you have some sleep apnea. That's the perfect way I can tell that I've not slept well. If I feel like sluggish during the day, and then when I wear my mouthpiece, when I don't forget to put it in, and I do wear it, the next day today is a perfect example. I had to wake up early this morning and drive to Mount Dora to do I emceed a charity event this morning. It was the opening of the Lake Cares Pantry, the brand new one, which is very cool, by the way. But you're up early, moving around early. I felt great. But there are mornings I can sleep. I'll go to bed at like 10 and I'll wake up at like maybe 7. And I'm like, man, I got some good sleep and I'm exhausted. And it's because I really didn't sleep that well. Probably woke up 4, 5, 6 times through the night. That's how I tell.
Where'd you go this morning?
I had to go to the Lake Cares food pantry.
How come the world doesn't know about that? You have social media.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, I got invited at the last moment. Or I say the last moment. I think I got told on.
So what, you leave your phone at home?
Well, I'm doing it. Well, who's going to come out?
You.
Like, I think it was invitation only, by the way. I'm emceeing out there, and it was just a closed set. The cops were there, the whole 9 yards. All the commissioners and mayors and police chiefs were there.
All those VIPs. You shoot stuff with your phone. You make a video. You know what? There was an event yesterday.
He's right, and I hate it.
Yeah, there was an event yesterday. We called it Boozy Brunch.
Tell me more about this.
We had a trivia person there. Her name is Sarah. She does a thing called Feisty Trivia.
Yeah, she's great.
She's awesome. She did trivia at this event, and she did a phenomenal job. But also, she also shot some clips of things that were happening in the event and posted it. And you can see that in the on Instagram, in @RealRadio1041 in our story. You can see some of her video work there and did an amazing She was just hanging out.
She did a good job,
with
too.
a phone.
It looks amazing.
You could do that, too.
It looks amazing. I was working, Jack. I was trying to
I
was letting everybody know how important that the new Lake Cares Pantry is. By the way, they're on Highway 19A.
I'm like you, man. I live such a great life, and nothing is documented. Maybe it's my PTSD. Maybe I just don't want to get caught doing the things I do. Maybe I don't want an excuse. Because, sometimes today's Cinco de Mayo, I'll go out for margaritas. And then tomorrow, for some reason, I'm late. Non-related, but everybody says it's because you were drunk yesterday. People accuse you of things.
There you go.
Non-related.
You just want less evidence out there.
The thing is,
Yes.
I think, Alejandro, you and I are on the same wavelength here, because here's the thing. Like, I have the hardest time just making it through day to day. Them asking me to document it outside of what we're already documenting is a whole bunch, but I do have to get better at it. You're right. Today would have been a really good time for social media, but I completely blanked. I was just trying to get the other stuff right. That's all it is. I have a porpoise brain. I can make one sleep.
And that's it. Well, okay, I'm so focused on this, I can't think, and then it's like, and when the more you do it, the more you're comfortable with it. Okay, just, you capture, some videos, some pictures, and then you make something of that later.
Yeah.
It takes practice, like anything.
Well, no, what you have to do is
practice.
No. I disagree. I don't think it's practice, because I think it's just you remembering to do it. That's it. Just remember, because in the throes of that gig, like even with Boozy, I did take a few pictures when I was walking around saying hey to everybody and thanking them for coming out.
Oh,
but I took like 4 selfies. That's it. That's all I did.
Oh, I'm going to check.
No, I didn't put them up, Jack. They're terrible. Why would I do that?
Up?
Because everybody else has put it. Everybody else did. Would you like me to send them to you?
I don't do it because it's such a teenage girl TikTok thing. Like, I hate just walking around the world.
You can't say that in this business, buddy.
I know.
You can't say it. They will light your ass up if you say some stupid stuff like that in this business.
And get paid. People pay me to do that, to promote their events and their stuff. It's just, hey, come here. Hey, with the little camera doing little dances. It's so hard for me. I'm sorry. I know we're supposed to.
I'm look,
you're right on the little dances part. Yeah.
Oh, you're like my Cuban spirit animal. You really are, man. You and I are like the same exact dude. I hate it.
I know.
And I've told these people to their face how much I hate it.
Yeah.
I literally hate doing it.
Yeah.
I would sit here for 10 hours a day if I could avoid doing any of that stuff. I just absolutely loathe doing it, but I will get better at it eventually.
Yeah, Jimmy and I are connected.
A
few months ago, I heard him on the radio, and the next day, I got gout. It was a true story.
I don't even have it.
No, I don't.
That's because you gave it to Alejandro.
I don't
How do you
have
have
it
gout
anymore.
at 44 years old?
Apparently, everything good is bad for you.
Well, yeah,
Like
you
red
eat a lot
wine,
of
red
fatty,
meat,
a lot of fatty foods and stuff.
beer.
How do you stay so thin then? How do you do that? If you eat all that stuff and drink all that stuff, how do you weigh like 160 pounds?
165, because my metabolism is so fast. I don't drink caffeine or Coke or anything like that because I'm that hyped up all the time. Like my heart would. If I have a Red Bull, my heart will go crazy, I think.
A Cuban that doesn't drink coffee.
Yep, not at all. No cold, not warm,
That's
nothing.
Unbelievable. I don't know if you know this, so you're part of your culture.
That's why they kick me out.
It's like cigars and coffee and communism. It's all part of your culture.
Everything with a C.
Were you there when were your parents there when Fidel took over?
My mom was born that year.
Your mom was born that year.
So they didn't see the transition.
They did
this
not.
This is in 1959.
So they got out immediately, or were they?
No. We came here in 91. I was born in Cuba. I grew up there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Is like you can't just leave Cuba, can you?
You can. You get a little boat and you roll 90 miles.
I mean, yeah. Is that how you guys got here?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Do I know that about you?
I hope so. I've said it every time I'm in the show.
Deb would have remembered.
Just
no, yeah. I mean, like 91 when they opened up the stuff and everybody was going.
Oh, that's right. When they did the thing where they told you that you could leave if you wanted to.
Yeah, it wasn't that. I mean, the ocean is risky, but it wasn't risky with the Coast Guards of Cuba or anything like that. It was free for all.
Yeah, you had a boat. Diane and Naya did it, swimming with the jellyfish.
Right, yeah. She also did it for some money.
Did she, though?
No.
Did you watch that movie?
No.
Oh, it was good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, though, when they talk about that, because they swim with a net around them and some boats and stuff so they can't get shark attacks.
They had to, and the jellyfish things.
The jellyfish, too, yeah really bad.
It was nasty.
Yeah, so you swim in like this bubble of nets.
Yeah.
And they it's canoeing next to you or something like that.
Well, there's a lifeboat right next to her.
Is it really?
But if she tapped out.
Yeah.
But she would swim over, get her food, her sustenance, and then back out.
Yeah. We talked to that guy who paddleboarded the Mississippi a couple of times, and he was doing that. And I was like, man, I mean, just walking down to my mailbox, I think about paddleboarding like 1,000 miles. I'm like, I don't know. I don't need notoriety that much. I think I'll just stay here on my couch. It'll be fine.
Life is easier.
Yeah.
Life is better in a Boozy Brunch.
It's way better.
In a kayak.
Way better watching boobs than paddling a board down the Mississippi.
A great event yesterday.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable event yesterday.
And if you didn't go, or even if you did and you want to see some glimpses, we do have some video and pictures you can see on our social media at Real Radio 1041 on Instagram and TikTok. And I believe it probably shares it to our Facebook page as well.
It does. All right, 407-916-1041. Happy is your 6 o'clock keyword. Get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back with our buddy Ray Trendley right after this.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a car stopped on the shoulder on I-4 eastbound before Lee Road, slowing down traffic. Traffic slowing down at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike meets State Road 429. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on State Road 46 eastbound at State Road 453. And traffic slowing down on all the major roadways, so travel with caution tonight. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Look, man, when the hurricane season gets here, you definitely want a nice, solid roof right above your head. Nobody does that better than Eustace Roofing. These guys have been in business since 1959, and you can do the math. That's about 65 years providing some pretty darn good roofs for people here in Central Florida. No interest financing, that's available. They serve all of Central Florida, and these guys are metal roofing experts, which means they have the machinery that actually manufactures that roof on site so it fits perfect. I'll get this, 2021, these guys were the National Roofing Company of the Year. You will never see a cleaner work site than the guys over at Eustace Roofing. Man, they're awesome. Book your appointment today. Get that free estimate. It's EustaceRoofing.com. Again, that's EustaceRoofing.com.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Summer barbecue season is almost here, so up your hosting game by replacing your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. One reason, peace of mind. With Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim Impact Windows and Doors, you're investing in a product that not only enhances your home's beauty, but also significantly boosts its safety and value. Sarah says if you're ever in need of windows or doors, please give them a call today. They will most surely give the treatment of excellence 100%. Renewal by Andersen's Window of Opportunity Savings Event is going on now. Buy 2 windows or patio doors, get the third 60% off, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Renewal by Andersen today for your free design consultation. It's simple. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone. That's pound 250. Say the keyword best windows and be connected in seconds. You will have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here from Greenway Kia. By now, you've heard about the auto tariffs, but at Greenway Kia, we planned ahead. We've been stocking up on new Kias at all 3 locations. Drive home the new Kia you want tariff-free. Like new 2025 Kia Sorento SUVs for only $179 per month for 24 months with 0 security deposit. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Qualified applicants through KFA includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, $49.95 at inception, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 5/5/25.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. As a credit union created for the military community, Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored every day and every May. So from all of us at Navy Federal, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
The accident wasn't your fault. You shouldn't have to pay those bills. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. I'll fight to make sure those responsible pay for your medical bills. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here, and I've got great news. The Filatowski Eye Institute is now offering a free LASIK exam to see if you're a candidate, plus $500 off each eye when you elect a procedure. That's $1,000 off your surgery, but it's for a limited time only. Ditch those glasses because this offer won't last. Simply dial pound 250 and say better vision. That way you can schedule your appointment today. That's pound 250 and say better vision. The Filatowski Eye Institute, trusted, local, life-changing.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx, save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
The future is bright. RC Hill here. It's graduation season. This month, I'm helping people graduate from their old ride. I'll help you save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. You can even drive the redesigned 2025 Outlander top safety pick and Yamaha sound system. Or the new Mirage, 43 miles per gallon, lifetime warranty starting at only $15,900. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars. But hurry, pre-tariff prices won't last long. I'm RC Hill. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Guys. Oh, hey, Alejandro. Tonight and tomorrow night, Halley's Comet, which you won't be able to see, is dropping a bunch of meteorites into our sky. It's gonna be fantastic. Go outside with a lawn chair. No mosquitoes right now. Perfect time to see it. And you won't see it again for a very long time. Enjoy.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Happy is your 6 o'clock keyword, HAPPY. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. I'm Jim. There's Jack.
Yo.
Alejandro stepped in today as well.
Yes, sir.
And we appreciate that very much for sure. Every single Monday around this time, we have this gentleman drop by to talk to us a little bit about some things going on in the legal world. You guys give it up for the owner, operator, master of ceremonies over at TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. Offices right there in Altamont Springs for Mr. Ray Trinley.
Thanks so much. I just got to wonder, why am I the only person here with Jim today? I feel like maybe he didn't shower. I'm not sure. I know this weekend, busy weekend. And
I did lock the door behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So this is going to get a little sketch.
And we're going to talk about Dizzy. That's going to be a strange evening.
Alejandro's one demand was separate rooms.
Oh, man.
I've been there before.
I miss you, bud.
Ray Trinley, offices of TK Law right there in Altamont Springs, onefirmforlife.com. The name says it all. A legal pundit for anything you may come up with there, whether it be a divorce, estate planning, if you've fallen and hurt yourself, anything like that. These guys are really good at negotiating those situations for you.
Negotiating and navigating.
That's right.
We can just give you advice, too.
That's right. You can just do that as well. And
we're pretty good at it.
Sometimes that's all you need. A little shove, a little push, a little help.
You wouldn't believe that that's probably the majority of what I do is
Really?
just try to talk people into how to protect themselves and not hire me. So
That's interesting, really?
Yeah.
So a big portion of your job is telling people not to do business with you.
Yeah. Here's the way I look at it. There's such a bad reputation for lawyers where, people feel like they have to be guarded when they come talk to me. Then I really just try to dispel that by giving them honest, straightforward advice. And I say, hey, listen, I'm going to tell you things you don't want to hear. And sometimes that's don't hire me.
That's what you want to hear from your attorney.
Yeah.
The things you don't want to hear. That's when you know they're being honest. That's why I've said this for years. Never lie to your attorney or never lie to your doctor. Ever about anything.
I lie to my doctor all the time.
I never lie to my doctor.
Time out. I told that to my daughter yesterday. You never lie to your doctor or your attorney.
Never.
And she says, well, should you tell your attorney the truth if you're guilty?
Yes.
I mean, it helps us figure out our case, right? Like, I'll tell you.
That's the worst thing can happen, right? Somebody keeping that from you, and then because they think that there's no evidence to prove them wrong, and then next thing you know, they get that in the courtroom.
I had a case, and this is years and years and years ago when I was a baby lawyer.
Little baby lawyer.
Little baby Ray. And I sat down with my client. I'm like, wow, they're really confident. I was like, what do they know that I don't know? And I sat down with my client, and my client told me, she's like, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing they got on me. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, oh, they're really confident, like almost too arrogant to be bluffing.
Yeah.
And so she said, there's nothing to worry about. And then like the day before trial, I'm like, are you sure there's nothing that's come up that I don't know about? No, there's nothing to come up. And then I got hit with the biggest, pants down moment that I could be hit with that totally blew the entire case up. And it's like, well, that's something you should probably tell your lawyer. And then my client comes out with, those really pretty stainless steel bracelets. And her mom says, what happened? I was like, you need to ask your daughter because there was something that I didn't know that was a big deal.
Wow, man.
And so now I don't really kind of take my client's word for it in the sense of I ask them more than one question. It's no longer, hey, what is it do I not know about? I go through the whole scenario with them and I make them walk me through step by step by step what happened. So that way I can then kind of pick it apart and say, okay, like if I'm the other side, how can I misinterpret this or how can I use this against me? And so, yeah, you just got to do that extra work.
You do, man, because that's the last place you want to surprise. Not to mention it really kind of renders you ineffective.
Very much so.
Yeah. That's and then somebody blames you like, this guy's a terrible lawyer. I'm like, wait a minute, you dropped a bomb on this guy 40 minutes into the thing.
And you know what? She actually was still really gracious. She's like, you did a really good job representing me. And I was like, I don't feel like I did. But, in a situation like that, and I think about that case all the time, had I known what and I ended up knowing after the fact, we could have handled the case entirely differently. That could have taken some of the wind out of the sails of the other side because, Jerry Spence, award-winning trial attorney.
Oh, yeah. The great Jerry Spence.
He talks about you take that worst fact, like that, whatever that worst thing is, and you use it, and then you use it in a way that makes your client look more reasonable, less guilty, whatever the situation is. And we could have attacked it entirely differently instead of going in and saying, nothing on us.
What was his big case right before he passed away? Was it something to do with OJ?
I would say he was on OJ for a period of time. He was on, a number of big cases.
I remember my dad used to talk about him and F. Lee Bailey all the time.
Yeah.
But Jerry Spence, for people who don't remember, is the guy that used to come in and wearing like the Western gear. He would wear those like leather coats with the fringes and stuff.
Let's say the fringe, yeah.
And he had this gigantic. His house, I think it was out in Colorado, and they did a spread on it for like Better Homes or something. It was so bananas.
He was good at what he did. Yeah. I was going to call it tassels, but you had it right. Leather fringes, not tassels.
All right, let's talk about this Diddy thing. This is kind of an interesting thing. I saw this today, and I know it's been beaten to death, but the angle I want to take is a little different. It's a lawyer's perspective, and really this could be you could relate this to a bunch of things that people are out there, like maybe they have a court case coming up, even for a divorce, whatever the case may be. And Diddy did something very unique. They offered him a plea deal. Now, I don't know that they really said what the plea deal was. I don't know if that's normal information they release, but they did offer him some kind of plea deal of some sort, and he turned it down. And he said, I'll take my chances with the jury. And, I was really interested when I read that because, from the outside in, what we've seen with the media, it seems like, they have a lot of really solid evidence on him. Just the video of Cassie is bad enough. I mean, you would do time.
Is that the one in the hotel?
Yes.
That's that one, yeah.
She's the one who dropped the bomb on him and got all this started, by the way.
Yeah.
But that video alone would get you some kind of jail time. I mean, it's obvious. He admitted it's him.
Right.
But the litany of charges against this guy is insurmountable. I mean, it is really bananas. I mean, I can't imagine you're not talking something near life in prison with this many like rape and kidnapping. I mean, it's bananas.
Yeah, I mean, even the federal firearms issues that he has stick him in prison for 10, 20 years.
Yeah. So my question is when do you look at a case and go, you know what? I think I got a pretty good shot with a jury here. Because, and here's the thing, you'd think, well, that's crazy. Really? OJ didn't take a plea deal. He rolled the dice. And in my opinion, they had ample evidence to convict OJ of that murder. Ample evidence they did. But a very good attorney got him off on one piece of evidence. Of course, we know the glove changed that.
The glove doesn't fit.
It changed that entire case.
Yeah.
But there's something else that nobody talks about. OJ was beloved.
Yeah.
He was beloved. This guy was literally, it was one of the reasons it was such a shocking case, along with somebody like Bill Cosby, is how much he was revered by the American public. And I think that OJ kind of knew, and his attorneys kind of knew, America loves this guy.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to convict him. They're not going to believe this. Diddy does not have that. Diddy does not have the...
You are correct, sir.
Diddy does not have the admiration of America. Even if they stopped, even if they did this 10 years ago, there would be enough juice on Diddy to say, that cat's not a savory dude.
Right.
And people in the rap business have been saying this for a decade, that this guy is bad news. Why did he do this, Ray? What is he thinking? And why would you choose to go to trial when you know your chances are bad?
Well, and I believe they did keep the plea offer confidential because, once that gets leaked out into the public, that can tend to sway people to feel one way or the other.
So what do you think? It had to be like maybe 20 years or something with parole? I mean,
with a high-profile case like this and the facts that we just know about from watching the news, I imagine definitely, an extended prison sentence was on the table as a part of that plea deal. And he's probably looking at it and doing the math of, hey, listen, that's probably most of my life left.
Yep, that's right, because he's in his 50s.
And so my worst case scenario is to spend the rest of my life in prison. My best case scenario with this plea is I might spend the most of my life in prison. And what kind of life is that for me? He's accustomed to a very certain lifestyle, and he's probably just doing the math of, I've got nothing to lose at this point. And that's a really dangerous position for somebody to be in when they're in the defendant's seat. Because you're not thinking logically, right? And I mean, we talked about this, this case on a number of different occasions. What makes this case interesting is, like you said about OJ, this is post Me Too. This is an entirely different world than what OJ was dealing with. He was absolutely beloved. He crossed so many barriers during his professional career and his college career that, OJ was a completely different case. I think people wanted to believe that OJ was innocent. I think given the media and given all the attention on this case, I think people have probably already figured out that Kanye is guilty of something, right? How much of this? Diddy. I'm sorry, Diddy. That Diddy is guilty of something. How much of these charges is he guilty of?
Right.
The RICO stuff is always really tough to prove because you're talking about criminal enterprise.
To prove that's racketeering, you have to prove that he set out to do this and create a business out of it, rather than stumbling into something.
Just committing crimes here and there as a part of whatever. So, like, some of these charges might be a little bit more difficult for a jury to buy, whereas some of these other charges, I mean, again, we don't know who the witnesses are. I think they said it's going to be a 10-week trial is what they're anticipating.
And they're just now picking juries right now.
Right, and they're just now picking juries. And so, who knows who's going to come to testify, who may be well-liked in the public, right? So I know they've thrown out so many different names. I don't even want to say names because I have no idea if any of these people are related to this case, but they've talked about it for so long that there are going to be big names in the music industry, big names in the movie industry that are going to be testifying in this case. And I imagine it's not going to be in Diddy's favor. That's part of what we're here to expect.
You wonder, though, and let me just kind of throw a little conspiracy hat for you here a little bit, right? You wonder how much juice or how much tape Diddy has on those people that you would think would be coming forward to give that testimony. So here's my issue with that, right? Yeah. Because you think about this on the surface, you think, okay, well, there's a bunch of people who did some crazy stuff, and there's no question they will step up and drop this guy because they want him out of their lives.
All right.
Stop for a second. They pulled how many hard drives out of this guy's house? For how many cameras that this guy's house was wired with?
Over how many years?
Over how many years?
Yeah.
So you're telling me everybody who went in that house and did something crazy is clean so that he can't drop a bomb on them later down the road or look them in the eye in the jury box and go, you know what I got on you, dude? You know what I got? So I'm very interested because this guy, he's being held, right? He's being held for a reason.
Right.
Like they're holding this guy because they don't want him pressuring witnesses and they don't want him hauling ass.
Right.
So they even think that this guy's dangerous and possibly there would be retribution on his mind if he were able to do that.
Witness tampering.
Sure thing.
Absolutely. And that makes it interesting, right? Because at that point for the witness, right, it kind of gives them a little bit more credibility that they're doing this knowing that there's that risk to them, right? So it gives them some additional credibility with the jury. Whether those things get leaked or not, maybe people are naive. Maybe people, think that those things don't exist. You can't find them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, given what we understand to be the allegations, I imagine there's that potential for blowback. Talking
to Ray Trindley from TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. We do it every single Monday around 6:20. You can join us to hear our conversations all the time. We actually post this at JimColbertLive.com so you can hear all other former conversations we've had. So going back into this, it's kind of interesting because with him, you would think, okay, well, like you're saying, and I agree with you, you got to roll the dice. I'm 55 years old or whatever he is. Even if I got 20 years at 75 with no parole, what am I going to do when I get out at 75?
Right.
There's probably going to be restitution involved with this in some sort. And even though he is worth an assload of money, it won't matter if you're in the federal lockup.
Right.
You don't want to be in that position. What does this jury look like? Is it going to be like in voir dire? How many absence do you get? In other words, how many times can you say no in voir dire? Or is that case by case?
So generally speaking, and I don't know what New York is, you usually get like 3 each or 6 each.
Where you go no.
Where you can say no for any reason, right?
Right,
It's just a strike, and you just say, I'm going to strike that person. I don't have to give any reason
right.
At all. Now, if somebody admits to having a bias, right? So the court has the ability to strike potential jurors. So, and I'm just going to use this as an example because we saw this with Johnny Depp, right? Like, no matter what happened with Johnny Depp, I could not believe that he did these things. And then, all right, you're automatically gone. Or people who say, like, when there's law enforcement involved, like, I hate all cops. I could never be unbiased.
Right, yeah. Or I think all cops are good. I never thought he could never do anything like that. He's an officer. Why would he?
Right. And so those people can be stricken without, using one of your for causes. But generally speaking, it gets really interesting in a case like this to try to pick a jury because you don't really know what somebody has heard and whether or not they're going to fill in the gaps between what they've heard and the evidence presented. Because, I mean, we've already seen it in day one of jury selection. Like, most of these people are like, yeah, I've heard something about this case.
Sure. Yeah, 100%.
And
it's been high profile for over a year and a half now.
Right. And so what will be interesting to see is, does that positively or negatively impact the jury selection process? And I think for selecting jurors, for both sides, they almost want this rule-following kind of juror, right? So, I usually think of like the engineer types, the type A personalities.
Yeah. No nonsense, 1 + 1 = 2.
Right, accountants.
Yeah.
They almost both want that kind of potential juror because from from Diddy's camp, what they're going to be looking for are jurors who are going to be very skeptical that it's taken this long for this evidence to come out, that there's not maybe hard evidence of some of these crimes. It's a lot of testimony. And so you want somebody who's going to be able to say, yeah, this doesn't quite sit well. Why did you wait 20 years to report some of this?
Right.
And then from the prosecution standpoint, it's kind of the same thing. Like, you want somebody who's going to follow A to B, B to C, C to D, because that's how those RICO trials are made. Like, they are made with these steps and these actions that are taken in furtherance of the crime.
Do you worry about racial or sex biases in situations like this? Like, do you believe a jury with more women or more African Americans would be more advantageous to Diddy? Or does that even impact with a jury? Or do you guys...
Well, I think because of the sex crimes, right, that element of it, I think for the prosecution, having women or having people who maybe have experienced sex assault or sexual harassment or things like that would be very advantageous to the jury. But you're really wanting somebody who's going to be open-minded, that somebody could exert influence over another person using their celebrity status, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the key, I think, that you're looking for that.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. It's going to be an interesting case.
I'm interested to see how it goes.
Is this, and I use this term, I don't know how much you like it or not. Is this lawyer porn?
Yeah, I love this stuff. I mean, it's not common that lawyers have an opportunity to be involved in a case like this. And so when you see it happen and you see it done well, it's really exciting.
This won't be the biggest celebrity case. OJ is the biggest celebrity case of all time, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, from a person
just because of the lead up, the after,
an established Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
but also murder. The charges too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right, 100%. Well, and we don't know because I mean, there's some sketchy stuff about Diddy in that bathroom thing where the cops go in there, somebody gets shot in one of his bathrooms. Nobody asked that guy a question. Nobody asked him nothing.
Right.
In his own studio, a dude gets shot, places covered with blood. Nobody questions P. Diddy. Not one cop. 7 cops or something like that come to that scene. Not one asked him one question.
There's a lot of interesting facts in this case. I'll be interested to see how they turn out. But yeah, stuff like that. I mean, you feel like he's probably responsible for some dead bodies. It's just whether or not there's any evidence that they could, hang their hat on.
God, man, I have to tell you, I think a lot of people are going to be very nervous. I would watch this every day just from the fallout of what's going to come out about other celebrities are going to be in this because, man, that's the thing that people are kind of chirping below the scenes. They're like, man, there's some people that are going to get dropped in this. There are some very nervous celebrities in this because the parties at those houses, you assume, that you are, you're in there and you're private, but man, I don't know.
Well, and you've already heard some of those big names, but even if those aren't the people testifying, their names might be brought up in testimony.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Happy is your 6 o'clock keyword. You still got about, 15 minutes or so to get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. We've been talking with Ray Trinley from TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. Back in a sec, and we'll get out of here on a Monday.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hit or miss storms are in the forecast through the remainder of our Monday. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. It is a Storm Team alert day, so be sure to keep your eyes to the sky. We have a severe thunderstorm watch for our central and eastern neighborhoods, including the Orlando metro through 9 o'clock. A storm could include some gusty winds, some hail, and we can't rule out a brief tornado and any thunderstorm that does start to rotate with the help of this sea breeze and weak frontal boundary that is parked on top of us. These start to fade away overnight with temperatures falling back into the upper 60s and lower 70s for most of us. And then tomorrow, that sea breeze could generate a few more showers and thunderstorms in the heating of the day with a high around 90. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Get big summer flavor in every bite with the new DQ Summer Blizzard Treat menu, featuring new mixing bowl mashup, fan-voted s'mores, and more. For a limited time, right now at DQ. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
Man, the real estate market's always changing. The Nickley Group has an entire team of local market experts to guide you every single step of the way and help you decide when it may be the right time for you to buy or sell. And if we know that real estate market trends are really local things. In other words, your house here is going to be way different than a house anywhere else in the U.S. for that matter, because homes here in Central Florida, I don't know if you read this past weekend, it was everywhere. Home prices still continue to surge here in Central Florida. If you have the right team, you could get max dollars. That team is the Nickley Group. These guys on average get about 6% more for their sales than their competitors. And here, if that's not enough, they actually get that money twice as fast as well. They're selling homes at an alarming rate. Over 4,500 sold here in Central Florida. 4,000 five-star reviews. One of my wife's closest friends is a title company closer, and she says every single home these guys do closes so easily. They're so professional. And if you are a buyer out there, these guys are also going to be able to find you the home of your dreams. Nobody knows Orlando and the surrounding areas better than the Nickley Group. And not to mention their VIP program, free appraisals, free home warranties. They even have free moving trucks and supplies. But if you don't want to deal with any of that, they even have a solution for you there. You can get a guaranteed cash offer for your home, no showings or open houses, and you can close that deal in as little as 14 days. Hop on board with these guys. They're the best. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Future health, weight loss. Want to try Ozempic but can't stand needles? You need to try oral semaglutide. It has the same active ingredient as Ozempic, but without the painful injections. Get access to oral semaglutide right now at futurehealth.com. Join those losing 10 pounds in their first month. Future Health makes it easy and affordable to gain access to weight loss meds like oral semaglutide, Ozempic, and Zepbound for only $3 a day, all from futurehealth.com. These meds eliminate hunger and cravings, while Future Health handles the rest. Easy. Plus, the best part, you don't need insurance or have to go to a doctor's office. Just a quick, easy process all online. Get the best results at the best price with Future Health. Take the 3-minute quiz at futurehealth.com, get approved, and start losing weight this week. Visit futurehealth.com. That's futurehealth.com. Future without the E. Future health, weight loss. Data based on independent study sponsored by Future Health. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
It's frustrating when people intervene on you, but they have problems of their own. It's like when someone sends you a text, but the text comes from their email address. I hate this. Your name at iCloud, they FaceTime you from their email address? Are you calling on a child's iPad?
Emmy-winning comedian John Mulaney announces his new tour, Mr. Whatever. Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts, December 11th. Tickets on sale now at drphillipscenter.org.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
When disaster strikes your home or business, you need more than a quick fix. You need a team you can count on. You need Paul Davis Restoration. From storm and water damage to fire, smoke, or mold, Paul Davis is ready 24/7 with the experience and care to get life back on track. They dry, clean, repair, and restore. Fast, professional, and reliable every step of the way. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of Central Florida at 407-629-6700. When things go wrong, we do what's right.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. One question I'm always asked is, how did you become the largest injury firm in the world with over 1,000 attorneys and $25 billion in verdicts and settlements? One way was our financial strength. Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in America. To prosecute a typical case costs up to $250,000 in case cost. We advance them all. Product liability cases can have similar costs with an army of lawyers on the other side. Automobile insurance companies have the resources to fight. Guess what? So do we. Many law firms simply may not have the financial firepower to work up your case the way you deserve. And we don't charge by the hour. No recovery, no fee. If you have a question about your case or wish to become a client, go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer. 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan.
Our friends at TK Law want to remind us all to look ahead. So we will look ahead tomorrow on Real Radio on the Monsters in the Morning. They have an announcement. Today, they launched their tickets for the Monster Night of Comedy happening May 22nd at the Funny Bone. And tomorrow, they will have an announcement about that show. Tune in tomorrow to the Monsters in the Morning. And don't forget to look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome to the Jim Colbert Show, where we feature such sponsors as the finance guy that will not make you wealthy and the lawyer who specializes in giving you free advice as to not do business with them. Genius marketing move, guys. Tip your lawyers and accountants because they apparently need it, because they will not make you wealthy and will give you free legal advice.
That's funny. That's so funny, buddy. Those are every one of those is an attribute. Yeah, but I will argue for those being attributes.
Well, I always
Scott's just basically telling you that he doesn't have a magic pill, that the whole idea of getting and maintaining wealth is to be smart about it and to make wise decisions. And he doesn't want people thinking because they hear financial advisor that they're going to come to him and in 2 hours or 2 months they're going to take your $5K and turn it into $100.
And I know a lot of smart financial people, and Scott is smart.
Yeah, he is smart.
You should listen to him.
When I go to a place and I'm looking for a specific item and I don't have it, but the worker will tell me, like, they might have it at their competition, I like that place better and respect them more, and they're more likely to come back because they help me solve a problem.
100%. Yeah. And that just happened to me at a place.
Did it?
Literally just happened at a place I like a lot.
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, man, we don't have that here, but down the street, I think they have them."
Yeah.
Was it the spot for men?
Why did we ask you to come in?
I don't know.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim. There's Jack.
Yeah.
Alejandro. That's the voice you hear.
Yeah.
Aquí estamos.
Deb hasn't been smoking too much.
Yeah.
That is Alejandro. And Ray Trinley, of course, joins us on Mondays and sticks around this last segment, just hang out a little bit. Thanks, buddy. Always good seeing you.
Appreciate you guys.
Good suit today.
Thank you. I got a new one for you. I just come back from the dry cleaner tomorrow, so I got a new suit for you next Monday.
Very nice. How's the dog?
Dog's doing good. She's
coming around?
She's coming around. I think.
Still married?
Still married.
Okay, very good.
You haven't had to reach out to Paul Fection yet? Daryl Blade?
I've had to. I've been in communication with Paul.
With Daryl?
Daryl, I'm sorry, Paul Perfection. No, but still married. I had to do a little bit extra work around the house this weekend, but you know.
Yeah. I forget, Alejandro, are you a pet person? Do you have dogs? We've never talked about that with you.
No, I don't. Yes, he is anti-animals.
Do you want one?
No, my wife. I had an English bulldog for like 14 years.
Oh, did you really?
She lasted. She went to South Korea with me and back. She moved all over.
Oh, wow.
Is that why you won't have another one?
I have a cruising agency now. I travel a lot. I'm never home.
I see. I got you.
It's torture to have a pet if you're never going to be there with it.
Yeah. I understand that. It's funny that when you said that, because Deb had a dog that she absolutely adored. And she is a dog person for sure. She can't bring herself to get another dog.
Yeah.
And because she was so attached, I think part of it is, and she can help me out tomorrow if not, but from what I have gleaned from that, she was so attached to this dog, she didn't want to have the experience of losing something that she loved that much again. That's kind of the feel. Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to hurt so much. I've been to combat 4 times. I did. It wasn't as hurt as putting her down, And
it's so funny because I've had dogs that I've lost my mind over, and then I've had dogs that I didn't do that much with that I loved more than the dogs I got emotional about.
Yeah.
I love Dexter as much as I've loved damn near anything in my life. My big bull mastiff. He was the absolute greatest. And I literally used to dream about having an old F-150 that I could drive this big lug around and just have him hang his slobber out and just go all the way down my truck. And all I did is drive around and drink Pepsis and just let that dog just hang out the window. That's literally a dream I had of owning that dog. And when he passed away, it was horrible, but not as bad as when our stupid dachshund that didn't even like me. Didn't even like me when she passed away. And I think it was because of how. She had become incontinent. It really it got sad, and I just felt bad for her as a living being. We knew Dex was way past his life. Like, we got 11 years out of him. Those dogs usually about 9 years in, they start giving it up. So it was easier for me to deal with him because I got 3 extra years with him. So I felt it was almost like kind of selfish to allow myself to get emotional because I'd gotten so much extra time. Is that weird?
No, I don't think it's weird at all.
No, okay, very good. Jack, you think it's weird?
Nope.
Oh, wow. I expected a total yes from you.
Yeah, I know you do, but, every once in a while.
You surprise us?
I do.
I appreciate that so much. Hey, I want a big thanks to the guys over at Rosen today. They were absolutely unbelievable. And if you don't have Mother's Day plans and you're looking for something to really kind of amp this up and treat mom like the queen she is, don't even pause. rosencenter.com/Mother's Day. The stuff they brought for us today was just 4 of the dishes of the 60 that they're going to provide on this buffet, and they were all amazing. Tomahawk steaks, sous vide short ribs, crab claws, blackened salmon. That's just where it starts. Plus, they can handle all the food allergies and gluten stuff as well.
That's right. And we also want to give big thanks to our friend, Friendly Ray Trenley from TK Law. Came in today. Also, Brandon Kravitz from 96.9 The Game. And big thanks to Alejandro. Glad to have you back here on the Jim Colbert Show. Glad you're back in the building.
Always welcome.
And
dog.
glad to see you, buddy.
Always welcome.
Thank you for inviting me.
Always good seeing you, buddy.
Same here.
Well, Ray?
I have a question of the day if you want it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, buddy. I'm a little thrown because Deb's not here. Question
I
of the day,
know.
Jack.
So you want to ask Ray the question, actually.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I'll ask you this. Go ahead.
Ray, if you were single, would you sleep with a stranger for $500?
Can I?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That is the question the people in the chat got to answer.
It's just any random person. Like, I don't get to pick the person.
Okay, so here's the story.
The answer is probably no, I guess.
Thank you. Let me ask you.
$500 isn't enough to change my life to roll the dice.
Okay, do you feel sexually that you need the person that you're going to be with to be into you? That it can't just be transactional?
Yeah, I think I have to be into them. I'm really selfish like that.
Okay. I tried so hard.
I have to be into them.
I tried so hard.
So in our YouTube chat, it was our question of the day. If you were single, would you sleep with a stranger for $500?
It's 90% yes.
No,
I would
Jim.
think it's the opposite. I think it's 10% yes.
47% yes.
Wow.
That's still, so half of our audience has integrity. The other half, total scumbags.
The other half lied.
The other half lied, exactly. All right, let's get out of here. Always good seeing you, Ray.
Appreciate you guys.
That's TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. Office is right there in Altamont Springs. Remember, it's everything from divorces to family planning, trip and fall, estate planning, all of that stuff. They can take care of it. Again, that's onefirmforlife.com. On behalf of Jack, Alejandro, and Ray, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters the morning after us. It's Tom and Dan with the Colbert Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Cinco de Mayo.
Give me a freaking break.
If you missed any part of today's show, check out the Jim Colbert Show on demand. And for highlighted feature segments, listen to the Jim Colbert Show The Goods. Both are available for free on the iHeartRadio app.
Mexico. They met in a bar in Texas, and now it's a thing in a can.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for a car stopped on the shoulder on the Greenway southbound near Boggy Creek Road. There's a disabled vehicle on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Consulate Drive, getting cleared up there. Traffic slowing down on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Osceola Parkway, and there's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 westbound through that Champions Gate area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. As a credit union created for the military community, Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored